Okay, so hold on, let me just get over to the live chat. I think we got that. So, Jimmy, could you lower that a little bit? It's really loud. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so let's see. Wow, that whispered to me, GB. Hey, GB, you're second. Andy, Isabel, Just Julie, Carla, Mary, Danny, Elise, Kay, Kylie, Flower Girl Phillips, Heather W, Lady Elaine, Janice, Carolyn, Kay, Kevin, Leonard, how are you? No formal art, Mommy and daughter Wilkerson, just got through with last night's listen while you were, okay. Haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome. Nana Patty, Deborah Ferris, Janice. Okay, so I'm so stressed out because get a phone call today, right? The kids went back to school Monday and Tuesday. They've been out the rest of the time. They've been total remote learners. Hi, Move to Tammy, Liza, Jimmy, American Girl, Kevin Leonard, Sean. I got you again, Kevin. Advocate. So they didn't have to go today. So they go Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday it's off, and Thursday and Friday's remote learning, and then. Okay, tell me the chances of this one, right? Kid tests positive in Luke's class, so we get a call. Jimmy gets a call from the nurse, and he comes out like, can we talk for a minute? What? Well, kid tested positive in Luke's class, and they said that he was around him for more than 15 minutes, and they had masks on, but he's got to be quarantined. So then I'm like, okay, well, that means that Ethan can't go to school on Monday, because the elementary and the middle school, they're separate, okay? They said, no, Ethan can go. I said, wouldn't Ethan have to be quarantined? Because if Luke, no, she said nobody has to be quarantined, that the health office in Albany, in the capital, is going to be calling us to do contact tracing. And so at that point, I am like freaking the freak out, okay? I am alcoholing like every handle that I can find. And then I'm getting really, really stressed because I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, there's cross-contamination. We have Luke set up in an area of the house. He's not allowed to go in the kitchen. He's got to use only one of the bathrooms. It's like he's got to wear a mask all the time. Okay, Slam Marianne, here's what happened. Because I called back the nurse. I was like, because I was like, Jimmy, why didn't you let me talk to them? And he was like in shock. So here's what happened, she said. So she said that the kid was in the class Monday and Tuesday and was not showing any symptoms at the time. The kid just got a positive test today, Friday. And then she said they tested when they were symptomatic, and it took 2 days, which means that she would be symptomatic. Hey, Linda, you're leaving already? Okay, bye, Linda. Symptomatic on Wednesday. And I am like, because I already have pretty bad anxiety and OCD, so you can't even imagine. So I'm like, we have to get everything out of the kitchen, like, because I was just like, we're going to steam everything. And then I was getting really, really freaked out, like so freaked out about it. Because I'm like, how are we going to clean every surface? And then I was like, I felt it, and I just flipped. And then thankfully a friend called and kind of got me down a little bit. And then I was like, then some people were like, it doesn't mean that you're going to get it. And the nurse was telling me that. I don't know. It's crazy. What happened? Now, okay, so who said your son got it? Okay, please tell me about that. Can you call in, Jay? I'd like it if you could call in and just tell me about this, because I'm really stressed. Did you get it? Your son had it. Did you get it? Has anyone here had a kid that was the same thing like me and didn't get it? Yeah, I know about the dishwasher setting. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the refrigerator handles, all the handles on the cabinets, all the surfaces, the whole couch, everything. I'm going like a lunatic. And I have a UV sanitizing thing, and I have all the stuff, but it's like, it's a lot. And I'm just freaking out because I keep thinking of more and more things. My car, every door handle. Your son-in-law tested positive one day after being at work with a mask and has been quarantined in a hotel for 2 weeks. My daughter just had twins and and had to be away from them all. One day, Jimmy wants to Jimmy's like, shouldn't we get Luke tested? And they said no. There's 6 of us, 4 got it, 2 never did. Just Julie? I wanted to talk to you alone. What do you mean, Kamai? Are you Anisha's friend? Hi, Tony. They shut the whole high school down here because one staff member had it. Okay, Maggie, what happened after that? How many became, like, how badly did it hit after that? She goes, if it's any consolation to you, we're the last school in the county to get a case. I said 2 flipping days. I knew. Your daughter has it. We work, drive, and live together. So far, you're negative. She's been pretty ill. But what kind of precautions are you taking, Lady Elaine? Your daughter got tested right after we found out he was positive. She was not. And they were sleeping in the same bed and all that stuff? Classmate positive. School gave us a choice, stay home or not. Really? What'd you do, Breeze? What did you do? Yeah, but they weren't doing well home. They wanted to go back. So many kids went back, and then everybody acted like, okay, they can go back. It's been going well. Your whole church got it, literally everyone. See, that's what I mean. That's what happened to, I think, Tracy W. She wears a mask, and you've been cleaning. Were you freaked out at first, living with her? Get Luke tested if you can, and then you can relax. But that would only be, Elise, if he's negative. Let's say you get him tested tomorrow and he's negative, but she only tested positive yesterday, and his last exposure to her was Tuesday. You stayed in school. It was August, and no kids since positive. Really? Your respiratory, you have been exposed and should either all get tested and quarantine or self-quarantine with a daily log of temps and symptoms for everyone. Isolate infected for 10 days. Separate room. Yeah, that's what she said. Separate room and bathroom. 10 to 35% chance of getting it from close contact. Right, Samaran. You tested positive. Baby Love says, I tested positive. My husband negative. I've been sick for 6 weeks. Okay. And what kind of precautions are you taking, though? When you tested positive, you were sleeping in the same bed and everything, right? You know what Jimmy does right before? Jimmy got Luke's new glasses today. Comes home, he brought them McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. Luke didn't finish his and Jimmy ate it.
And then we got the call.
And then we got the call. The overwhelming majority of people who do get it have very mild symptoms, Cece's saying. The article said that several staff members came down with it, and no students came down with it. They were out for 2 weeks. Your sister-in-law's a respiratory therapist, has no worries. I keep my distance, to be honest, but my family doesn't always. Yes, no, we're over. We stayed in our room away from...
I'm an optimist. We'll be fine, I told her.
Yeah. I'm freaking out.
Yeah, Luke. See, I have a walkie-talkie. We have the COVID walkie-talkie cam thing here, whatever. Watch this. Dad to Luke.
Luke has no symptoms. So.
How you doing, Luke?
Doing good.
Okay, you're supposed to say you're doing well, not good.
Do you have any problems?
Wait, Luke, you got something to say. Hang on.
Do you have any problems? Can you still taste stuff?
Luke, Mommy wants to ask you something, so don't push the button down. Okay.
Can you still taste stuff?
Yeah, I still think so.
Okay. So I am a Virgo. How do they know?
What would they say?
I'm a Virgo. Somebody said Jimmy is a Virgo.
Yeah, I still see stuff.
Who said
Okay.
that?
Say hello to the Ramblers. Somebody up there. I don't know who it was.
Oh, Alma. She knows. I don't know. Say hello, Luke.
Luke, say hello to the Ramblers.
Ramblers.
Say it again, Luke, please.
Lost
I'm
that
sure they're
smell.
saying hi.
Luke, can you
Jimmy,
still smell stuff?
Okay.
Hey, Luke, ask him if he can still smell things, they said.
Can you still smell things, Luke?
Yep.
Yeah?
He's fine. Okay, so where am I? I'm a double agent. What does that mean?
I sure can.
I don't know. I guess with the walkie-talkie.
With the what?
Walkie-talkie.
Oh, yeah, I'm a double agent.
No one in your family got it from you when I had it. I had been close to them for several days. Okay. You had a friend that had it that could still taste and smell.
Okay, Luke, you have to go to bed in a minute. Okay, buddy? It's late. They're saying, oh, poor Luke, and people are saying hi to you, and Mommy's live here. But you can't come up here, so... Yeah, he's quarantined.
You should make a quarantine video every day, Luke. First day in quarantine.
He can't hear you.
Oh, he can't hear me.
Carolyn, my son's best friend tested positive. My son was with him 2 days in a row in his vehicle, and he's negative.
And quarantined him right away until he went for the test. Your son tested negative. But Sabrina, wait, after he tested negative, okay, you quarantined your son, but did he quarantine for the whole time and then you tested him, or did you test him before that?
Anyway, hello, Ramblers, too, by the way. I forgot to say hi. Jim, take vitamin D. Oh, well, maybe I'll go take vitamin D.
Tracy,
right
I did take. Tracy
right.
says, I'm old and was with my son for a week before he tested positive. Neither of us had any symptoms. Did you test negative, though, Tracy?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Alma. Hello.
Hey, Lisa D.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy, make sure to cover.
All.
Okay.
Bases.
Cover all bases.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do my best. Hi, 61. So.
Lysine. Take lysine, she said.
Thank you, Danny. I love you all too. Love you, Ramblers. So I'm gonna get going.
Okay.
See you later. On with the show.
Carolyn, my 2 nieces and nephews, all now negative. The baby was okay. Carolyn, my 2 nephews and niece, and their mom had ickies, and are now negative. Okay, but they all got it though, right? Hi, Pug Mama. They had to sleep on opposite sides of the house. Take zinc and vitamin C. Yeah, I've taken all that. I've taken a lot of vitamins. I take them every day, those kind of vitamins, every day. They're all now fine, Leisha. Your grandson had to quarantine for 14 days due to a child in his class having COVID. They were in close contact. Your grandson never got it? Okay. Was your daughter or your son freaked out? Their parent? I don't know. Were they freaked out at first? I totally freaked out. I thought we...
Found bugged out. You lost it.
I was going to have to leave.
She
I thought I
was
had to leave.
Jimmy, you got to move that thing because they're going to have to bring a gurney in here. They're going to have to bring a gurney in here for us.
I told Jimmy, I said, oh, this is really bad, Jimmy. We have nobody to take care of us. If we get sick, we're going to have somebody on, tap to come and take care of us. We're going to have to get everything organized so they know where everything is, and then they're going to have to clean, make sure everything is clear for the gurneys to come through.
Yeah. She goes from A to Z, and it's like
and he goes the gurneys, and I'm like, yeah, they're gonna have to take us out in a gurney, maybe.
I was kind of I'm trying not to laugh at all this, but because it's not really funny, but still, I mean, yeah, you got so he's in quarantine, kid in the class. Luke is safer than all of us. He can tell you the times that somebody coughed in class. Like a girl coughed one time. And she was nowhere near around me, and maybe the guy I eat lunch with, when he got out of his chair, maybe he came 5 feet from me. So, that's the only time they had the mask.
Thanks, Jeremy.
So yeah, so they're he's gonna be fine. What the heck, I'm sure.
She says Virgos thinks positive. Well, I'm a Gemini. So
I'm an optimist.
Why am I losing my voice now? Because I've been yelling all day.
Virgos think positive. There we go.
Yeah.
I guess I do. I'm a Virgo.
And he said, if I have to go to the ambulance, don't worry, I'll walk down the driveway.
Yeah, I said, honey.
They won't have to bring the gurney up.
I said, if I have to go to the hospital, I'll go out. They don't have to come up the driveway. I'll go down there and say, hey, I gotta go. So.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see.
But I wonder if you should get him tested tomorrow.
I want to.
Maybe they can do it at the pediatrician. You should ask.
We'll see. I'll call up tomorrow morning to find out.
Are you, Caden? I don't know why I'm losing my voice right now, but I've been going crazy all day. You always seem to end up with Gemini. What? Because I've been yelling all day. It's freaking out. Don't freak out. It's neither necessary nor helpful. Okay. And then Ethan's playing jokes on me, so he makes himself a chocolate milk, and then he takes the spoon, and he rinses it under the sink, and he goes to and I said, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was like freaking out with him. Things taste like gasoline. Hi, Sean. Somebody was looking for you last night. Your other daughter and her husband and 5 children had it. It was very mild. You think you know, Jimmy? Okay. In real life, Elmer, or just through TV? YouTube. I don't know why I said TV. It's crazy. I would say the risk is extremely low with the kids wearing masks all day. Yeah, except for lunch. And Lisa, I had a package to go out to you today, and then I said I can't send it to you because if you were me, I would freak out. So I'm really PISSED'd that now you've got to wait 14 days to see what happens. Your daughter's a Gemini. She's OCD and anxious too. When I first got the news, yeah, it was bad. I was texting people like, pray for us. Really religious people. Yes. Thanks, Mary Beth. What do you mean? You don't care if I send it to you? I can send it to you? Or just don't worry about it, like just wait. Wait, please. You have OCD so bad you can relate? You even fold dirty laundry? Yeah, I'm just like, no, but see, like with me, it's like you don't even understand. Like maybe some of you do understand, but let's say, like, I'm like, how am I ever going to do this? Because I've got to get inside every handle of the did I get that one? Like, I'm like losing my mind, okay? And I'm going over the refrigerator cabinets. I mean, that refrigerator handles like a lunatic. Did I do it enough? And then, oh my gosh, the rag hit me. Now do I have to go take like a silk? I was off to the races. So bad. So bad. And J-Bell's called and kind of, I was in like high alert. And she kind of talked me down. So, yeah. I was right up, I was up there. I thought I had to move out of the house. Jimmy goes, do you want to move down to the other house? And he just started to close up the other house because we usually close it up in the winter because to heat it, you know, you have to keep the heat on because the pipes will freeze. And it's a big house, so it's a lot of money for oil. So we've been shutting it down like this time, like from now until April. Then like if J-Bells came, we opened it up for February and then we shut it down again. But he goes, do you want to go down there? And I'm just like, no, I don't want to go move down there because I don't want to be all alone down there. I'm scared. And so I didn't know what to do. I don't know. I was like freaking out. Oh, yeah. Is seeking the truth here? Yeah. Yeah. Seeking the truth is like Jay's right-hand guy. And she totally... Wow. She goes, she puts the dog video up again and she goes, nobody ever put this up before. And somebody goes, MRB did. And she goes, I didn't even know she had a channel anymore. Yeah, okay. And then says, this is not a biased channel, but then rips through and poor Chris this, poor Chris that. Oh, it's okay. He had fans on. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. You're going to see a lot of biased channels, and she'll be on with Kim tomorrow, which if you saw Kim's video tonight, and Kim, I've got to tell you, why are you doing this, Kim? Because do you think that email with your name in there, did anybody see that was supposed to be proof? Anyone? It's this silly little email, and Cindy Watts... The only thing that's true in that video is Cindy Watts. I need this. I need that. I need this to be done. I need that. Kim has never wavered. Even when I have been doubting, Kim has never wavered. Good hand washing, keep everything clean. They're they're more similar than you think. She's just starting to come out of her shell, Mandy. Go listen to the Murder Sesh podcasts, and you'll find out. She's all about Chris Watts. She thinks he's innocent. Just telling you, just saying. That's why she's making excuses for the fans being on. That's why she's coming after Shanann as an overspender and all that stuff. That's why she's saying nobody ever had the dog videos up, because she's also famous for taking other people's content and watching it and then saying things. But yeah, she's trying to say, oh, it's fine. It's normal to have the fans on like that. Maybe it was really hot up there. But anyway, you make your own decision. You know? People see it sooner or later. You can't... Yes, Diane, you're posting a comment. I can see your comment. But Cindy, did you hear... Oh, you can't post a comment on the other one. Cindy just says, it's all about Cindy. That's exactly what it is. And then she shows you an empty 35C. Like, that's proof. And I can pull a 35C up right now on here. What proof is that? Is that proof that I'm talking to Chris? And that email she had? Is she kidding me? And she never shows the whole thing of anything. And then the return address, and then the Kim part. Come on. Did you watch that? Which one, Abby? Did the Kim? The Revelation? Oh, and tomorrow, Revelation will be live with the other one. So you tell me that she's unbiased, okay? Tell that to some other sucker, not me. I don't care. You want to watch, but don't say she's not biased, because she is. I'm not saying that you said that. I'm saying she says that. She says she's unbiased. She's not. She's pro Chris Watts she believes he did not do this. I'm quiet, but I watch, and this is all very crazy. Hi, Lori Beth. I know you are. Okay, we're also going to have a grief panel. And then I also talked to somebody tonight, somebody that I was, that said she might want to come on a cookie panel. She's like, ooh, that sounds fun. I'm like, ooh, you should come on. She's like, yeah. So we'll see. Somebody close to the case. Somebody very, very close to it. So I hope she will. She sent me a recipe tonight. I have to try it out. Something about, she said it's a pain in the neck to make, but it's so good. I don't know. I think it's like these cupcake things. I asked her if she heard about those Italian cookies that Sarah Nash makes. And she said, I think no, that they sounded good. So Sarah Nash, that's 3 Italian people. We have not heard of these cookies, so I have to make them. It was a busy day on YouTube, Red Raven. So I have to think about that, when we're going to do maybe one of those. Maybe it could be like a combo cookie stuff, but I already find myself thinking, like, I don't want to plan too far ahead. What if I get the ickies? But then I shouldn't do that, because then, so I don't know. And then we'd have to have the grief panel, and I don't know if anybody answered me in the grief group or when you want to do it, but I have to find out. Just making kinds of cookies. Well, the Italian ones. What is it? Mustachuli? Is that how you pronounce it? Is Sarah Nash here? She said that they're like a chocolate clove cookie with like a chocolate glaze on it. She made them, and she said she put the recipe in Slack. I'm going to go look at the recipe. We need a new YouTube for Jumbies to help people avoid the crazy. Jimmy told me something like that. He's like, you should make another channel where, like, I expose all these people. He's like, you should call it, what did he tell me to call it? I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, because it's so crazy. People think you forget, like, oh, I'll dirty delete it, and they'll forget. Peanut butter balls, Sleeping Beauty? Cooking, yeah. So, I mean, I really hope she does come on, because I was surprised. She's like, oh, that sounds fun. I'm like, you should come on. She's like, I should. My sister and brother-in-law tested too soon. They had a retest. My sister has had asthma. The doctor said she needs to be very careful. She was negative. Okay, well, I feel better. You guys are telling some stories. I wish some of you would call in and say, a lot of dirty deleting, Muka. You better they better wash the delete button. Okay. And before I get in trouble, she was wearing an I Shoot People. This is an old sweatshirt of mine, and it's a camera, okay? It's a camera. And on the back it says, this mom is about to snap. This was a bad choice of a sweatshirt during a really bad time. Do you remember when a gray hoodie was a really bad thing to wear? I had ordered this gray hoodie. It was when I was blogging, and they said, you can design a hoodie, we'll give you a code, and then would you review it on your blog, right? I'm like, okay, yeah. So I designed this one because I like photography and everything. So I shoot people. On the back it says, "This mom's going to snap." And then that case with the gray hoodie, I was scared to wear this for so long. Out. Oh my gosh. You could use that in many times. But can you imagine, like, if I just sat like this, like, can you believe her? She came on with it. What kind of message was she sending, right? You know, I would hear, like, I shoot people. How threatening. It's a camera, people. Okay. Potter, there was a case in Florida where the kid was wearing a gray hoodie and like people were not wearing gray hoodies. Yeah, it was a crazy time, Potter. That's how long I've had this. Now, yeah. Oh, Alma, you have a marriage proposal? Alma, paging Alma, there's a marriage proposal in the front of the chat for you. Let me know if you'd like to go to a breakout room and interview him. That would be nice to have a little bit of a wedding. Yes, Potter. Yeah, it was. I felt very really because I was awkward wearing it. Telling your boyfriend about the troll emails last night, you couldn't stop laughing. Oh, the funniest thing! You have to get this one, okay? I told Jimmy about them. Then a little while later, we were sitting on the couch, and he goes like this. Have you talked to Scooter today? Have you been talking to Scooter today? And I'm like, no, because I was talking to J Bells and I was talking to this other person and this other person and this other person. I was like, I didn't get to Scooter, wasn't it? So then I'm like, and he goes like this. Oh, okay. And I go, why? You don't think that email is true, do you? And he goes, no. He was talking about something entirely different because they were worried I was going to see something, a really bad video, like I put in my community post about what someone said. So Scooter, I guess, was texting Jimmy, like, I don't want Carolyn to be caught blindsided by this video. I don't know what to do. But for a minute, I thought Jimmy was like, have you talked to Scooter today? You know, what's going on with her? Is she really with texting that guy? No. I really thought that he meant that. For like 5 minutes. I'm like, Jimmy, you don't really believe that, do you? And he's like, oh, come on, no. Hi, Deborah. So I'm going to put the number in Slack if anybody wants to talk about the Icky's test or anything to make me feel better. You can do that. Otherwise, you know, we'll go on to the something or other. Oh, did you slam her in? You're a funny one, aren't you? Who would have thunk it? I really, for like 2 minutes, I really thought that's what Jimmy was saying. I'm like, you can't, really, Jimmy? Really? See, I thought it was like, forget it, the whole family has it, you know, like kind of thing. Because Luke's like always hugging, you know, like he's a real huggy kid, so he's like always hugging and breathing on me and stuff. And so, yeah, so it's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it. He even, like, not thankfully, not since he went back to school, but before they went back to school, he would end up in our bed and stuff, sleeping right around like on my shoulder. Yeah. Let me see here. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to put this into true crime. Okay. I don't know, last night I saw the chat in a different way and then I couldn't remind it. What's going on? Did I find any new clues? With what? What kind of new clues, Teresa? New clues in what? You're fired up with the BS? You wish you could stay? You're going away? Sunny 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sorry about not knowing about that channel. Oh, okay. Which one? Because there were a few on the attack today. There were a couple of channels that on the attack today. Whatever. Maybe about Scooter. No, nothing more from Guardian Angel. Isn't that terrible? Hi, Augie. Oh, yes, okay, yeah. See, you remind me. Yes, that's not, not hashtag. Not a friend. Not bringing the truth. Hashtag oxymoron. Look this up. They have found the deficiency. Oh, really? Interferon? Keep the boys home for the rest of the year. Yeah, I know, Deborah. I said, oh my gosh, Jimmy, my gosh, and you know, of course, in Luke's class, and they're closing the school. The elementary school is closed because they said the amount of, this is weird. They said with the amount of potential exposures, they couldn't open the school. Like even after a cleaning, they couldn't open the school because too many people were exposed. So I said, it's not just Luke, because Jimmy made it sound like it was just Luke. And she said no. And guess what? Luke's teacher lives on the lake. So she must be quarantining too. She lives on the lake. But Ethan's school now, it could change. Like over the weekend, they could just say, we've got to close. Because I think parents are going to be up in arms. I think they are. If they have kids in the one school and they're not closing the other school, and then they're saying that their siblings of those kids going there, they're not going to send their kids. I think they will end up closing the middle school and high school. I think they will. I can't see how they won't. But the nurse was just like, this is the nature of the beast. At least we're the last ones in the county to get it. Hi, Austin. 10% have had pneumonia, had that deficiency. Scooter, he's hitting every panel on YouTube. Where's Scooter? Oh, there she is. Did you hear, Jimmy? I thought Jimmy was doubting his Scooter. Did you hear what I said? Hi, sorry. Bought a car on Wednesday. Salesman tells us after 4 hours as we're leaving that he had COVID last week. Oh my gosh, sorry, really? Did he have a mask on the whole time and you did too? Two scooters below. I see that. Hi, Heather Ann. How are you? Are you going to bed, Heather Ann? Okay, good night, Heather Ann. Thanks for stopping in. Kids may show any symptoms. But see, okay, and then there's this other thing that I tell you guys last night, right? That remember when Jay Bells was here? Okay. And then we moved back to this house. And then about 2 weeks after so that we were here, one day Ethan came home from school and he's like, I don't feel so good. And I'm like, oh crap. And it was probably March. It was in March because they closed the schools at the end of March. So this was like probably the beginning of March, second week or so. So I said, you don't feel good? And Ethan like never gets a fever. The kid has had antibiotics, I think, once in his entire life. Okay. He's, knock on wood, he's a pretty healthy kid. So I said, you don't feel good? No. What hurts? My throat. So he stayed home that next day, and I think maybe one other day, never got anything more than a little bit of a throat, okay? He didn't even get really, if he had a cough, might have been to like a nothing really of a cough. Didn't get a lot of congestion and everything, went back to school. Luke never got anything. I didn't get anything. Jimmy didn't get anything, right? And then a few weeks later, he got one of those toes. Remember they said the icky's toes? We didn't know it at the time. We didn't know there were icky toes, okay? We just thought, like, that's weird. Your toe looks weird. But you're super healthy, good. So he had like an icky kind of a toe. So maybe we could have already been exposed to it. That's what I mean. We could maybe have had it and been asymptomatic. I don't know. Oh, you have high blood pressure or low blood pressure? I put the number in there for anybody that wants to call in. Spray, icky spray around the chat. The icky toes, yeah, there is, like, I don't know. So I'm just wondering, maybe icky eyes. I don't know. Why do you have icky eyes? I see you. You see me. The icky toes, they kind of look like what are they? They're like kind of like his turn, like a reddish, like kind of mottled, and then they peel, I think, and it's. Go look. Moo showed us her icky toes when she had the ickies. Check it out. There's icky toes. COVID toe, yeah, something like that. Deb Potter? Yeah, whatever happened to Deb that gave us the house tour? How are you feeling, Tracy W? Hi, Suki. It's impossible. I'm pretty sure my boyfriend and I. It is. I had it at the beginning of quarantine. Poor Moo, yeah. Tomorrow your curfew starts? Where are you? Where are you, Chris Osley? Where are you? Hi, Delphine. Praying for you. Your dad. Hi, Tom Rose. How are you? Hi, Miss Mary. Lots of taste and smell are two noticeable. Loss of taste are two noticeable symptoms. Kumai, I asked Alma if she wants to go in a breakout room with you, but she didn't seem too receptive on that. Hi, Cheryl. Last time in America, bicycles flew off the shelves. Really? Did they really? Why is that? Why would that be? Because people wanted to do exercise or something? They didn't. I already have a bike, so I'm pretty good on that. They're scaring you? Yeah, Gen H is getting scary because right before this, you don't even understand. Jimmy came back because he went to pick up Luke's glasses, and I said, did you sanitize your hands after you got out of wherever you are? And like he's like, oh crap. And I'm like, Jimmy, you're not what's going on? He used to be like such a stickler. He's like, oh, I can't believe it. I said, you're going to go out and sanitize my whole car. And then I was just like giving him this thing that you got to take this seriously. So many people are getting this now, and you can't. There's no time to. And then we get a call, like literally 15 minutes later. Hi, Martha. You can't get paper towels around here. You cannot get them. I mean, I bought some because I always buy a big pack, so I have some left. But I've been to Walmart, I've been to ShopRite. You cannot get paper towels. Not the big packs. Like, I think you can go to Dollar Tree and there's like single rolls of paper towels, but there is tons and tons of news videos. Shortage of bicycles, really? Easily distracted, says Chicago area is back to bars closed and outdoor dining. Let me check out our school's Facebook page and see if any parents are freaking out, okay? Let me see if there's any freak out parents because I haven't checked it. Let me take a look. Nobody's going to call in. That's not nice that nobody's calling in. Okay, let's see. Let's see if there's any freakouts in the school page. Okay, so this is the, please see this important communication. Let me see what it says. I mean, I've already, it says, dear parents and guardians, earlier today we received confirmation from the blah 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 County Public Health Department that a student at the elementary school has tested positive for the Ickies 19. That student was last on campus on Tuesday of this week. After discussion with the Public Health Department, we began the process of identifying students and staff members who may have been in prolonged contact. That's what they said. He's been in prolonged contact with the student earlier this week. At this point, all staff members who were identified to have been in contact, as well as all the parents of all students who were identified to have been in contact, have received communication from the school district. A representative from New York State's Contact Tracing Division will be contacting these individuals as well in order to provide further information. Due to the number of students and staff members who will need to quarantine and to ensure that the contact tracing process is fully completed, the elementary school will shift to fully remote program for Monday, November 23rd and Tuesday, November 24th. The elementary school will be closed to students on Monday and Tuesday, and learning for all elementary students will take place remotely. As a reminder, all schools are closed from Wednesday, November 25th, through Friday, November 27th for the Thanksgiving holiday. So there's no way they're going to keep the middle school and the high school open. There's no way. See, it says, listen to this, at this time, there is no impact on the regular operations of the middle school and the high school. If the students of in-person instruction for Monday and Tuesday at the middle school were to change, if the status, we will communicate that this weekend. I 100% think it is. Our school district community can be proud of our continued and collaborative efforts to provide for consistent education experience for our students, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see what the parents, there's 44 shares. Nobody left a comment. Are you kidding me? Hold on a minute. Okay, how could nobody leave a comment? Really? I don't believe that. Seven thumbs up on it and 44 shares. So they probably said something when they shared it. Let me see if I can see anybody share. Someone said, I know I have people in this district on my page. Somebody said we'll be remote. Okay, it's on PTSO. Let me see. Show attachment. Let's see, anybody comment? Gosh, nobody's commenting. That's not fun. Hello?
Hello. Oh, I think I have the wrong channel. Sorry.
Oh, stop.
I thought I was going to my other one.
Oh, your other one? Did you hear what Jimmy did today?
Yes, I heard you saying that.
I really thought he was doubting you, like, because I had read him the thing and he didn't say much, and then I thought, well, wow, he must think that's really true.
He better not have.
Because he's like, have you spoken to Scooter today? And I'm like, no, but I've been... Why? You think that's true?
Jimmy.
And now your daughter's going to be sending me a shopping list and everything?
Yes, she is.
Yeah. I hope she's getting me something nice.
She probably will.
Yeah.
You know, you're worried about you guys getting it and everything. Well, remember, Shelley.
She never got it?
Nope, never got it.
But you said she's like, they're not that closey, right?
Live in the same house. She cooks for him. They're eating there in the kitchen together.
They
and
did?
all that.
They ate together and stuff?
Yeah.
She did the dishes and stuff like that? Touched his dishes?
Oh, yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Okay. She never got it?
She never got it.
Okay. I was on like high freak out, and then Jay Bells called me in the middle of some high freak out zone, and Jimmy's like, yeah, she's right here. She's a little bit freaked out. You don't even know what I said. I'm like, we have to get totes. We've got to take every stray piece of anything, the toaster, everything. It's all got to go so that we can constantly just run a steamer over every surface. That's what I was doing when Jay Bells called, and I stopped myself a little bit. I packed away like a bunch of my crafts and stuff, but I said, okay, like the toaster can stay, and I started to calm down after talking with her a little bit, because I thought you guys were all going to be like, oh my gosh, you better go to the hospital. Like, I don't know. I really thought I had to move out of the house.
Aww.
Jimmy's like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know, but I have to get out of here. Because I'm like, my OCD and my anxiety, I'm not going to be okay. I'm going to be like a lunatic. Right? I'm going to be like, I'm not going to have skin left because I'm going to be in the shower 50 times a day or something. And
Yeah,
but then
of course you're going to be scared. You know, that's natural. But there's so many people that live together, you know, and the other ones don't get it. You know, and there's a good chance Luke's not even going to get it. You know what I mean?
Luke doesn't think he's going to get it. He's like, I'm very careful. I kept my mask on. The only person that I even heard have a cough was this one girl, and she was way over there, and she only coughed like this one time. And he's like, you know, and she had a mask on, and yeah, everybody was 6 feet away. And so, I mean, I hope so.
And that other YouTuber, I won't say her name, but remember her son had it.
Yeah, I asked somebody about that. I'm like, did she ever get it? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, that sounds good.
And her other two kids didn't either. But his whole football team had it.
The whole one, they all got it?
Well, I think she said like 20 some kids got it. And her son was one of them. And they just, you know, kept him in his room. And she said she even bought him a little refrigerator.
Well, that's what we did for Luke, because downstairs, well, we have a chest freezer, but we also have like a beverage refrigerator that they sent me for the block, and we didn't have it plugged in. I'm like, go plug it in. I gave him like a bunch of juice boxes and stuff. So to limit the step, you know, the trips upstairs to get something to drink.
Yeah, and she said she would take his food to the door, you know, leave it there at the door, and I guess he would open the door probably and get it or whatever.
Poor Luke, when he first found out, he's like, what? Oh my gosh, will I be able to sit with you guys and have Thanksgiving dinner?
Oh.
Yeah. So we're like, well, I don't know. By then, you probably, you know, you could get tested and maybe find out.
Yeah,
or something.
right, exactly, yeah.
We'll put him in a bubble. We'll make a plexiglass booth for him to sit at.
Way in the bubble.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, oh wow, yeah. Poor kid.
I know. He's like, oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. I'm like, good going, Luke.
He's always so careful.
Oh, my God.
You know? So
yeah, I know. And like, I just said, I said to the nurse, I'm like, 2 flipping days. And then, what are the odds of this? So crazy.
That is terrible, for real. So dumb.
Yeah. I'm like, those parents, and Jimmy's like, you don't know, because like right away I'm thinking like they were just like, you think she has it? Nah, just send her.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, wow.
Luke can wear his hazmat suit. Yeah.
Were we going to resume the trial reenactment tonight or no?
Yeah, I guess.
Not up
I
yet.
guess. Yeah. Just-
Oh, if we are, then I'm going to have to call in on my.
Oh, you're on the wrong thing. If he isn't showing by Sunday, you wouldn't worry, Cece? Okay. Well, what about Jimmy getting him tested tomorrow? Should he do that? You're so bummed you won't be able to see them just in case for the hottest. Well, are you quarantining too? Yeah, I'm pissed about it too because we were supposed to, you know, I would feel. We haven't told Alexandra yet. Jimmy's like, should I tell her? I'm like, don't, because I knew she would be like, I think her anxiety, she would be freaking out. She'd be calling every minute to see.
Not listening.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Hope not.
Oh, I forgot I didn't have my camera on.
Oh gosh. Rachel. Watch that message. Yeah, he got that. He got that.
You like my
really?
name, Danielle?
The remdesivir, though? You can get remdesivir, yeah. I wouldn't test either, especially with no symptoms. Really? Hi, Kathy from Texas. I will go, Lise K.
Yeah, Mark, like, you know, I think I had told you too yesterday or whatever that one of his patients called in and said that she was positive.
Right.
So he went and got that test,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and he was fine. I think it was like the week before that or something.
That she was there?
Yeah.
Hi, Alicia.
Hi, Carolyn. I just wanted to, I missed the last 20 minutes of the live because I had to call my brother to get the details about my 2 nephews and niece who had ickies and then now are fine. Christopher's 14. Andrew his birthday is September 8th, and he's 26 days, I guess, COVID free or icky free.
Yeah.
And then Brooklyn's 4, and she went to preschool. And I told her mom, don't send her to preschool. I said, don't send her to preschool. They don't know how to wear the masks. They're little, and people think they're more careful than they are. They're really not. And I'm like you. Everything that comes in this house gets sprayed down, but I could miss a spot. We don't know how long something lives on something. And my uncle just died, and my cousin was here, and she was staying downstairs, and I was super careful because she had to come on an airplane. But my dog, one of them really took to her, was in the bed, and like she would kiss the dog, and I realized he'd come up and I'd probably kiss him, and so, or you know, like
Right.
I don't know, but anyway, so they told them to quarantine. The baby wasn't showing very many symptoms. He was showing the least amount of symptoms of the 4 of them, and they're all fine now. The mom is the worst off, and because she's overweight and she has like diabetes, and
She's probably like, thanks, Leisha.
asthma.
Thanks, Leisha, for telling 500 people that I'm overweight, but thanks.
No, that you are?
No, your sister-in-law.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not overweight.
No, your sister-in-law is saying, thanks, Leisha.
She's not ever going to find this.
Yeah,
thing.
okay.
I mean, and it's kind of one of those things. Her hair is black. Like, and I'm saying, oh, your hair is black. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, I said your hair is black. You know?
You'll see when you get your Christmas present this year if she found it.
Trust me, I'm good. She's a little cray cray, so
Okay, that'll add to it.
I'm not worried. I mean, there's a reason why my brother doesn't have it, and it's because
He's not.
he doesn't see her, and so. But she plays the kids as pawns, so we never get to see them.
Tell us how you really feel about her, Alicia.
Well, it's BS. I mean, anyway, whatever.
Okay.
But I wanted to just tell you, if the little baby got it and is fine, and he just doesn't have any of his immunities yet, or they have to wait for their 2-month shots and all that, and that's so funny because I thought you were like, thank you, Lisa, for telling everybody I'm overweight. I'm like,
oh, no. I know I'm saying that would be your sister-in-law.
Oh, she never was my sister-in-law. So, anyway, it's all good. But yeah, you know what? And I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm really sorry. I mean, you just
I feel better. I feel better
night.
now that there's people, because like when I first heard it, I'm like, that's it. We're doomed. We're all getting it. Oh, this is crazy, right?
I understand. Like you're, what they call an allostatic load. Your stress threshold is very high, given just how the last 1.5, 2 years, even longer. I mean, just the remodel and the trauma from all of that.
Yeah, you should have seen. I go like this. Get all the totes we have. We're taking everything out so we can, I didn't want anything, on any surfaces. I just, get everything out. Everything. I packed up, all of my craft stuff. I just said, and then if people have to come in the house and take care of us... They've got to be able to easily get to and know where everything is. We've got to write all these notes down. And then when I told Jimmy about the gurneys coming down the hall.
This probably triggers your PTSD from all the mold and the water damage.
Yeah, but I never mentioned gurneys. Jimmy got nervous when I mentioned the gurneys. Because I said, you're going to have to, because he has a ladder in the hallway and stuff. I'm like, you're going to have to clear all that out. They have to be able to get the gurneys in.
The hospital bed. You're going to set up hospital bed.
He's like, the gurneys, and that's what he said. Don't worry about it. We'll call before I get too sick, and I'll walk down to the ambulance. They won't have to bring the gurney in. But you know what? That's not so far-fetched, because when I had that panic attack and I thought I was having a heart attack, and I was upstairs in my room, and that's when they were remodeling the house, they came up to my room, and she's doing everything, and then she's like, Bob, bring the gurney. We got to bring her in. I'm like, oh my gosh, because I'm thinking them coming around. We got this big shake with this gurney, and we have a split staircase, and I'm like, I'm not going down in a gurney like that. I'd be scared to death. They're going to drop me. Uh-oh, we just buffered. Hopefully we'll come back. So here we go. I think we're coming back. So so I freaked out. So I'm like, she's like, you can walk? And I'm like, I can walk downstairs, because they had the gurney right here in the kitchen waiting for me, right? And I didn't even want to do that, but they had it all right here. So she's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm damn sure. You're not going to take me down in a gurney down that staircase? No way. Whoopsie. No.
You want to make sure I die?
I'm just like, no, I can walk. Believe me.
That's how I am in the hospital. Anytime I go to the hospital, I will not use the bedpan. I'm like, no, I will walk to the bathroom, or I will hold it. I just cannot use the bedpan. It's for the life of me. But oh my gosh, Carolyn. Yeah. So I mean, it's no wonder, just given everything and then, you know what? Even if you hadn't gone through all of that, this is very.
Oh yeah, because I'm a germaphobe, so this is high alert.
Right.
This is like saying oh my gosh, I just oh my gosh, we're all gonna die.
How long did you have anxiety about Ethan going to that birthday party? For weeks.
A lot of anxiety.
Probably the second he got invited.
Yes, and then when we got there and I saw his friends and everybody, I was feeling much better, because I'm like, okay, well they've been in school and they're okay, and these other kids are okay. And then it made me feel better about them going back to school. And I was actually feeling okay about them going back to school. And then this. I was like, what?
You know what this is? This is groupthink, okay? Because that's what the email, the Facebook thing that I said, that my dad died because he went to a dinner party. it was her dad, her parents had built a house, and they had gone to a church for 40 years or something. And they had a small group from their church. One of the members was dying, not of ickies, but cancer or something.
Right.
And they wanted to say goodbye. And so they had a small dinner party. And half of her siblings said, don't do it. And the other half were like, oh, you're overreacting. And then all the friends were like, oh, we're careful. We don't go anywhere. They were all like elderly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, okay, yeah, they're careful. So they have the dinner party. People relax. You know, they get to the party and they're like, oh, yeah, we're careful. Up, up, up. People think they're more careful than they are. And the next day, someone came down with symptoms, went and got a test, and had it. And then her dad and mom both tested positive, but it really hit the dad. And then there was a time when they thought he was going to do better, but then like quickly it was gone. So, you know, I didn't send that to poo-poo anybody for Thanksgiving, because I didn't even think about Thanksgiving at the time. Mm-hmm. But I just want people to understand, you know, there's a rapper that I like, Snow the Product, and she went to Miami to record music and to do a video shoot. Mm-hmm. And she said she got off the plane and it was like ickies didn't exist there. Like people just weren't wearing masks, and it's so nice and warm there, and everybody's, you know, and she didn't want to be like the lame, you know, so it's like whole peer pressure group thing. You know, so you go to the birthday party and you're like, oh, look, everybody's fine. You know, like, oh, I was overreacting. You weren't overreacting, Carolyn. And I just really want to support you, because
I was off to the races, Alicia. You didn't see me.
Well, you know what? I'd rather be overcautious with a child than be like careless and you know.
I even said to Lisa, texted me, and she's like, how are you doing? Do you have? I'm like, I'm packing. So I told her, I said, I'm packing right now. And she's like, where are you going?
What are the symptoms? What is the girl have?
Oh, they can't tell you, because like HIPAA laws, which I think is a bunch of crap, because we know what it is, and it's a pandemic. And like, once you test, like, why the privacy, you know, about that part of it? Like, why, right? Because they've been exposed, and it's not like everybody knows what it is. So why not at least tell us, like, if she's like in bad shape or not, right?
Right. Well, I have a question. Like, okay, so say hers presents as bronchial. Mm-hmm. Does that mean who she infects? Do they present with bronchial, or does it
probably
affect
not,
depending on your immune
might
system
be like
and
that.
Where you're vulnerable?
Yeah, she might have asthma and stuff, and it might do it in that, and somebody may be asymptomatic. And
so that's what I mean. Are there different strains? Like, that's my curiosity. Like, are some people getting milder strains? You know, if because Snow, the rapper, like, she has asthma, and she has, I forget what else, but her and her fiance, they live on like a ranch. She just bought a ranch, and her mom lives there, her brother lives there, and they work together, and she has like a 10-year-old kid. And, you know, she was just so upset, and she's got residual bronchial, and then now she still can't taste food. And it's, you know, and she needs her lungs to rap, you know, like it's her livelihood. So, I'm really glad she's being honest about it and open, because people, it's that group think of like, oh, we're just overreacting. Oh, and we're so eager to get, you know, to like have things be better. And, you know, and see people and be social. We're human beings. We're social beings, you know?
Yeah, look at Sari says. She says, my husband and I haven't seen our kids or grandkids since March. Yet, I may have caught it from a car salesman. I'm beyond distraught. My husband is in denial and trying. So your husband's like Jimmy, and you're probably acting like me, like, oh my gosh, why did we have to buy that car? And are you like really scared of the car now too? Like, I have to disinfect the whole thing. He touched everything. Wow. But you said he had it the week before, and then did he test negative, or like what? Like, because why would they let him come back before? I don't know. That's weird.
Who are you talking to me?
So no, sorry, Cher is. Yeah, she's thinking like how crazy that she got it from a car salesman when she hasn't seen her kids or her grandkids since March.
Oh, I know.
If she did, but maybe not, Sarah. It might just be you might just have an allergy, or just I had cold and it may be nothing. Look how many times we thought Scooter surely had it. The other night I thought she surely had it.
Yeah,
Came
are you
all
feeling
stuffy,
okay?
her nose, coughing like a fiend.
It's allergies that I get.
See?
Oh.
And then we thought she had it so many times. We thought Scooter had it.
I'm so glad you don't have it.
Who, me?
But we need our scoots. Yes, you.
Oh, thank you.
What would we do without your laugh and your diva?
You guys can play the recording every night.
Well, there are very little restrictions in Missouri.
We don't want to record.
Recording canned laughter. We have to,
The laugh track.
Right.
I can already see it. Mommy can't even get real laughs. She has to use a laugh track.
Oh my gosh! And this, somebody's going to mention the. Did you see her? Because they always get everything wrong. It's so even when they're dragging me all wrong. They have everything all twisted.
Is so funny that Scooter's like low key in cahoots with the rabid dog. That's the funniest.
I know.
I think whoever wrote it to you is hilarious, and they're like a comedy writer.
I know.
That was complete satire.
It really was.
Like, watch out.
No, but I think they just thought like I was going to go crazy on her and be like, "What the freak?" Yeah, I want all your text messages now.
All of them. What did they say?
Don't
all
touch
of
that
them,
phone. Don't touch that phone. We're going to blast it on Zoom.
Like,
oh God!
It just was so funny. I was like, it just got funnier and funnier.
Thanks, Faith. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know. It's so crazy. So I found my mopping glow in my new glitter.
So did you really pack up your craft room?
I did. No, I packed up like all my the crafts I had
your
in here.
bins?
Yeah, because I had crafts in here. Like I was gonna do so I just started putting them into big totes, and then I some Christmas decorations I had, and I just said I have to pack this all. It has to go there because what if somebody has to come in to take care of us? Like, I just want everything to be very easy for them to clean. I'm thinking like Jimmy and I are going to be upstairs.
Incapacitated.
And I'll have to go live on my phone or something just to give you an update. Like, okay, we got Imelda and she's coming in take care of some stuff. And I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, and I was talking about respirators. I was off to the races. And I was like to Jimmy, some people, they never get well. They can't walk anymore. They get so winded for months and months and months, and they're still winded.
There are people who get it, and within a split second, it's turns. So that's not, but more often than not, people don't even know they have it.
Right. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have pain in my chest. He's like, that's anxiety. And I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, I was off to J Bells called me, and I was like off to the funny farm.
So what's the plan? What's the plan of action?
That's you right now? What plan of action? They just said that we just have to quarantine Luke. They said we're not quarantined. I can't believe it. I can't believe I think the middle school and high school is going to close, but I don't think we would send him back anyway. But yeah, they're going to have that. But how can they when so many of them have siblings? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why? And why would I ever send Ethan? Because can you imagine, let's say Luke didn't get it, but then one of the siblings that was in Luke's class is there and he gets it, and then Ethan gets it from that. That would be ridiculous. So,
I mean, how could it, if you've all had contact with Luke, if they don't want you to quarantine, that doesn't make sense.
wait, Tracy's saying, wait a minute, Tracy, do you mean our sound or like that's what's happening to you with any sound? Tracy has it. She says, hey guys,
Tracy W?
Tracy W, yeah, she has it.
Oh, no.
Tracy, she says, hey guys, what makes the sound go in and out? That's what's happening to me. What do you mean? Do you mean the sound on the live or just sound in general? Hi, Robert Bob. It's lagging sometimes, Tracy. Hi, Liza.
Your mic the other night when FoxyBot was on
Yeah.
was really quiet. And so there were a lot of times when you were trying to pipe in, she probably couldn't hear you. And you know how she kind of does her monologue anyway.
Oh, you can't get a word in edgewise. I've never seen somebody talk she's amazing. Like, she doesn't even stop to take a breath or anything.
And she's so interesting that it's like, oh, really? But the newer people that were in chat were like, oh my God, let mommy get a word in edgewise, or, you know, they just didn't know who she was,
Right,
you know?
Yeah, but I wonder if you picked her up for a road trip. I could just see, like, rolling in, she gets in, and then you travel like 400 miles, and then she gets out, and she's never stopped the entire way, right?
Yeah. But I think it was worse than normal because your mic was quiet.
No, but she's always like that. And
I know, but it was like even more so.
It's so funny,
like,
though, because I don't know anybody that can talk like that, because usually people have to think for a minute, like, all right, and then let me see what I was going to tell you. Like, she never does anything like that. She never says, let me see what I was going to tell you. What else do I have? Like, it's just constant.
My Aunt Eleanor, who is the wife of my uncle who just died.
We love you,
she's like
Foxy.
that. We should put the two of them together. Literally.
I don't know what it would
one
be
time
like.
in 4th grade, blah, blah, and you're like, Eleanor, oh my God.
You'd get like one word,
serious.
hi, Foxy, ready? Yeah, she'd get in the car and you just go. She'd be going the whole way. Oh my God.
She's got some interesting.
Yeah, because she used to come on and she used to sound like she was reading from a book she wrote. But even when you're reading from a book, she's got a real talent that she can just talk like that without ever stopping. I mean, it's crazy.
It's
she has a photographic memory, you know.
Her accent, she's smart, she's witty, she's practical. Like, yeah, I love her.
But you know when they say you'll never run, like something in a card, it says, we never run out of things to talk about. That is so true with Foxy. She would never stop. Like, I can't imagine her saying, well, I don't know what else to say. Yeah. I don't really have anything else. Nothing really new. She would just go, hi, Nana Patty.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Nana Patty.
Feeling better?
Hello, Lisa. Yeah, Scooter.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling better. I got a little bit of an infection, but I'm feeling better.
Oh, really? From the surgery?
Yeah. No, it's cold sores, but they're all over my face.
Really?
Yeah, and in my throat and my mouth.
Is it Coxsackie virus?
Shingles, is it?
It's not like shingles. It's actually called herpes, but it's not that kind of herpes.
Okay.
It's
herpes simplex?
Yeah, the herpes simplex.
You got it from the hospital, you think?
No, I think I got it from stress.
Oh, wow.
Just from the stress of my body going through surgery and the stress afterwards. But I finally got the right medicine and it's going away.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, Lisha, do you have your YouTube on? Because there's an echo.
Oh, there is an echo. Yeah.
No, I just have, I don't know. Let me see.
I can hear myself.
Okay, hold on. Let me. I'll close it out. It's not playing. Here. Is that better?
Oh, see me, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. No, it's not.
Oh, well, I closed the app.
Why hello, Drama Dome?
I'm not hearing myself.
I know, I hear it. We could let me just mute you for a quick second and see if it is. Let me see. Now say something. Say something, Scooter.
Hello? Is there still an echo?
Hello.
I don't hear myself.
Now let me unmute her. Let me ask to unmute. Let's try it again now. See, do you see me asking you to unmute, Leisha? This is the thing with Mandy C.
Okay.
Now let's say everybody say hello.
Hello.
See, there it is again. Are you on a speakerphone or something, Alicia?
I'm on my Bluetooth headset, but I'm always on my Bluetooth headset when I call in.
I wonder.
You know what? Let me switch it because it's this one. I don't know. Last time I was on this one, people were like, "You're so loud."
Did they ask about a voice changer, Mommy? I thought they said like, why is her voice not synced up or something?
Where's my other headset?
We had a lot of strangers leaving comments. Yeah. Causes the.
I'm organizing my shelves and everything, and so now I'm like, where did I put all my technology stuff?
That's what I'm getting nervous. And whenever Jimmy tries to help, then I'll never see my craft stuff again. Like he'll go, "Can I just take this and bring this?" And then I'm like, "No, don't touch my stuff, please. Go take care of your stuff."
Like, I should be straightening and putting all the stuff away that's in the living room and dining room. And I'm like, no, I'm going to clean every shelf and cabinet and closet in my room.
And then, do you ever get overwhelmed when you bring this stuff out to clean something, and then you freak out because it's like horrible? Like you got all this stuff.
Because then lupus or MS takes away like all my energy that I felt that I was like, I'm going to do this, and then it's like, no, you're going to be in bed for 3 days, and then people are going to come over and be like, oh, have you seen Leisha's house? Like, fuck. Oh, sorry. It's like, you don't even know. I used to do this all the time. Where is my other husband? Oh, you know what? My massage therapist is back because she had to go on kind of a quarantine because she had somebody coming into town, and then they went to like different places, and she's like, oh, Alicia, we were at different places, and I don't want to bring any germs to you. So I haven't seen her for like 5 weeks.
Oh, but did you say your cousin that was staying with you didn't have it, right? The one you said was down?
No. Oh, no. Nobody has it. Yeah. And here, I'm going to switch my headset out. Okay, hold on.
Okay, I'm going to call back in on my phone, okay?
All right.
So I'll have a tablet to read on if we do that.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it out.
Okay. I switched headsets. Is that better?
Let's see. I don't hear myself anymore.
It's the other headset.
Okay.
Hi, Sam. I don't know if I said hi to you.
Yeah.
Does anybody else hear whatever they heard?
I think it's better. Whisper to me, Debbie D.
So I had somebody make me some essential oil mixes that are for MS and lupus.
Which ones are those?
So the first one for lupus is On Guard, Clove, and Melissa. And the other one for lupus is Balance, Elevate, and Serenity. And that's with the doTERRA.
No.
And then the MS, this one is for Myelin Sheath.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frankincense, sandalwood, peppermint, cypress, juniper, oregano, wintergreen, thyme, and rosemary. And then the other one, I think it's under my bed. I think it rolls under my bed, but I just got him yesterday. So,
you have to rub them on your feet or something?
Yeah, I put them on like different spots on your body that absorb well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I've become sensitive, so I add like jojoba oil or almond oil or coconut oil.
Carrier oil, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I haven't always been like that, but it happens. Anyway, I got to go look for the other one.
I have a quick question. Nana Patty, did you see that recipe? I don't see it. That somebody said Sarah Nash put in here.
I never saw it.
Yeah, I know, but everybody's like, oh no, it's in Slack. It's in Slack. I'm looking in the crafts. Did anybody in Slack see the recipe for those cookies? I don't think she's in recipes. Maybe she put it in recipes, but I don't think.
Let me look real quick too.
I've seen it. Everybody was like, "Oh no, it's in there! It's in there." I wonder if she put it in general. I don't think so. Oh, here it is. She did put it in recipe. No, that's not it. That's not even. Is that the right Sarah? I don't think that's the right Sarah either. Oh, here she's in recipes, so maybe she put him in here. But I don't. She's chicken noodle soup or something. Oh, she put it here. Okay.
In recipes.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna.
That's why I didn't see it.
Copy this. So what do you need? Flour, cocoa, I've got that. Baking powder, ground cinnamon, cloves, butter, milk, 6 unsweetened cocoa. Okay. All right, I have all that. Huh. Let's see. Let me email this to myself. Mostaccioli. And then the recipe I got today, what did they send me today? So let me see here. Think this is Italian miniature cakes. She said they're a pain in the neck to make, but they're really good. And I'm trying cream cheese, filling, tablespoon of butter. I'll have to try them, but let's see. It's flour, butter, cream cheese. Walnuts. I don't know. It doesn't look like that big of a deal. Okay, I'll try this. See what those are.
So Carolyn, I'm going to jump off, but I wanted to just say one more thing. I watched the live after it was done, but about the Catholic Church, and I grew up Catholic, and I just wanted to just pipe in, and I think some of the rules are arbitrary, and the fact that they change and priests used to be able to get married, and it's just arbitrary man-made rules. So what you feel in your heart and your relationship with your higher power.
It was mostly that one thing that led my daughter's like, Mom, that lady, first of all caps. She's like, that one link, and she's like, you don't even know who that lady is, and because that lady is like saying something that you read on the internet that you don't know from anywhere. Come on. But that's my daughter. Like, she'll have like no anxiety or anything over that, but like over a little thing, like thinking she's gonna have a grease fire, she'll be like off to the races. Right. So, but I just want to offer compassion to you because, you're vulnerable right now. And I mean, you are strong as anything,
but you can be both. You know, they can exist parallelly. I know I made that word up, but and so like I just wanted to extend my thoughts and compassion to you.
I
and
appreciate it. Thank you.
just, you know, you've gotten some beautiful signs and, you know, a connection, and don't let anyone make you doubt that. And
Right.
and it's hard. It's so hard. Easier said than done. But, you know, thank you for sharing and being vulnerable, because you're not the only person that's probably had someone, you know, scare us or whatever, and we react and whatever. And so just sharing that with us, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
And yeah, and you know, you know, in your heart, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna pop off, but I just wanted to pipe in about the ickies and that. So
Oh, okay.
I love you, and
Love you
thank
too.
you for creating this community. And you're doing more good than you will ever know, and touching more people's hearts than you will ever know. And I think that's why they come so hard for you.
I'm sure they do, because the community, like Snow Remover said it, like everybody like needs each other in this community, and it's not like, you know, I need you guys as much as some of you say you need me, because like I don't know when, like, because I was off the rails that night with the ashes thing. Well, I mean,
I saw it, and I was just like, oh, it made me so angry. It's these man-made rules, and they're arbitrary.
And the
They're
only
so
thing I was
arbitrary.
doing, like, I could only go to the internet, right? And I couldn't find anything. Like, I was typing in, like, all these scenarios to see if anything would come up, and somebody, and like, nobody. And I was like, I think it's my daughter freaked, because I wrote to her and I said, I'm so freaked out. Look at these articles, right? And then I guess she saw me and she didn't realize, but then she's like, no. I said, you see the community? And she's like, yeah. Because like even Jimmy, sometimes for a split second, he thinks like, oh my gosh, what if they just said like, Carolyn, you're freaking nuts, right? You know, like.
You know what? So you did such a good, like, you were so vulnerable and open, and that's really good role modeling. Like, I'm in crisis. I'm reaching out for help. It's okay to cry, to show your vulnerabilities, and it's okay to reach out for help. In this community, we can be there for you as much as you're there for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so
that's what I mean.
It's
yeah,
like, offer us the opportunities to be there, you know?
Oh, I did. Yeah, and I said, and my daughter and Jimmy, like, they both said, like, because, like, I guess they get scared, like, oh my gosh, is she going to get hurt on there? Are people going to be like, what's wrong with you? Like, you know, but yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, now they should know better. You're like, I mean, I think they've 100% now, because my daughter, that's why she was calling, because she's like so scared. She's like, I see you all upset like that, and you know, it scares her. So then she's like, no, I was wrong. You're right. Yeah, they made you feel better, and more than she could by telling me about an article, because she didn't have any experience with it, and you know, and just so yeah, so that was yeah.
Yeah, because people in my family are very private, and I'm the opposite. I haven't always been this way, though. When I used to work in politics, you can't really be like this. But, you know, I don't think I could be super private even if I wanted to at this point. But, so I just, I'm grateful. I'm grateful, for your sharing and your vulnerability and all of it, and people were able to share and offer their kind words. And I forget who it was that came on.
Oh, that was the woman, that Skipper, Beth, the first person.
Yeah,
she's the one that picked up Michael's dog and drove him up to Virginia. Yeah, and that's what I told my daughter. I'm like, because my daughter heard her, and she's like, I'm like, well, you know who that is, don't you? That's Beth. That's who picked up Michael's dog and drove him to Virginia. And she's like, oh, yeah, wow.
See how beautiful this community is?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
She got a dog.
Right.
And then she came in to talk to you about,
right.
I mean, has deep faith.
And she's got such a very soothing voice, too, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really soothing. Yep.
Yeah. I loved hearing what she had to say. And anyway.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, especially, yeah, like even like tonight, because I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, like I was so scared, like I was going to go on there, I was going to be like, oh, you're going to die. Right? You know, like, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't. It's going to be like a Icky's countdown. And I'll just be like, it's okay, guys. Today we're not feeling anything. Like, I was like so freaked out. I didn't know what was going to happen. So, but then I come on here and it was like, you probably won't get it. Don't worry about it. Don't stress it. You know.
Well, and last night was so crazy, but you handled that well.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I really liked Mandy.
Mm-hmm. She's here tonight.
Hi, Mandy. That lady was, oh my gosh. She's like, I don't want to offend anybody after she had already called you an F and B like 10 times and all this stuff.
Everybody was so upset and they said, oh my gosh.
And called you a liar.
But I'm like, what about what she called me? She called me such bad names. And then
she's like, I don't want to offend anybody. And it's like, what? Excuse me? Like.
And then she went on at least a couple of other channels and was saying bad stuff too. Yeah.
The what?
She went on at least one or two other channels. I think was it 2 other channels and said bad stuff.
Well, and she goes, well, I don't just listen and take other people's word for it. But then she like turns around and says, J for justice. Like it's like,
right,
well,
yeah.
You took her word. And, you know, and
right.
Mandy's like, you don't even live in the United States, so how could you investigate it? You know, like,
yeah,
you don't even know the discovery.
But
so
I think they don't want to
do what you're talking about.
But I think anybody that goes with the conspiracy, they really don't want to know the discovery because then, you know, they can't go with their theories.
I don't understand. Like, what would make her glom onto that?
I think that, I don't know, either like maybe they have a pattern of like going for the murderer, you know, like going for like, I don't want to say the underdog because they're not the underdog, you know, but I mean playing devil's advocate or something, like some people probably
devil's advocate, I think.
Yeah, thrill like that, like just kind of just coming out like don't you know people like that? Remember that Connie that we had that always, no matter what you said, she said the opposite. There could be like, it didn't even matter, like the sky is blue, she would no, I can't agree with that. She just did it on everything just to be like that.
Yes, I Mom, just thought that intuitive. I like to watch some of the channels, like, and this one, there's some really good ones on here, but I don't even know how I found this one.
Thank you, Kathy from Texas. She doesn't think so, but
Anish, I just have to make a quick announcement before I forget. The other guy that was here that wanted to go into a room with Alma, he emailed me, so I think it is Anish emailing me with that. It's the Kumai or something. I think it is though Anish. But Alma, if you're interested, just let me know, and we'll try to get you guys a breakout room where you can talk to him a little bit. I have wear a shirt. Anish said. Do you see what Anish said? I have wear a shirt.
I didn't get to see him on video because I was.
He was not wearing a shirt, and then we got nervous that Mandy and Scooter started.
Totally freaked out. I was like,
Mandy and Scooter started to freak, and I thought they saw something because I said I don't, and they're like, no, it looks like it's good. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, and I couldn't get him out, and Scooter got him out.
Oh my god,
Christina.
So anyway, just real quick about the intuitive. First of all, she was like, well, it was the robbers that did it. She's like supposedly like seeing this intuitively,
right? For
Scott Peterson, and then for Chris Watts, it was, you know, so she was going for the killer, like, you know, and so I was like, oh come on, like, you know.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of people like that, though. There's more people.
And people were believing her. And like,
that's the scary thing, right? And and some channels like 90% are like, yeah, look at that.
And she didn't even know like basic facts of the cases.
Oh yeah,
you know,
and then somebody figured out
like she could get from like a title of a video. You know what I'm saying?
But she got Nicole Atkinson mixed up with Nicole Kessinger. When she was saying Amanda was Nicole Atkinson's friend,
Oh.
They said that I guess the conspiracy going around is that no, she's friends with Kissinger. But I have to tell her something because of you, I did re-listen to the interview. Nicole Atkinson was not at the house in the early morning. She arrived at the house at 11:45. I hope she's listening. What was the lady's name again? Kalia or something? Kalia, I hope you're listening. She arrived at the house at 11:45. The reason she arrived at the house at 11:45 is she had been looking at a house for one of their friends that was moving to Arizona. Okay, so she went out with the realtor, looked at the house, and then decided to swing on by to Shanann's house because she hadn't been able to, she didn't see anything on social media. She tried to message her, didn't get any answer, tried to call her, no answer. So she decided to swing by at 11:45. And then she stayed there. She tried to get in the house. She couldn't get in the house because that deadlock thing on the inside was still there. Couldn't do anything else. She decided she went to the office, the OBGYN office, and then she came back, and that's when she was talking to the girlfriends and they called the police. So she was not there in the early morning. See, I think, I think you know what? I think that lady got it all wrong. That other lady, and every time she was saying, but Nicole was there, I think she was thinking Kissinger was there early morning. I think she got everything wrong. Yeah, I don't even think she knew which Nicole she was talking about.
I mean, she probably didn't even know there's two Nicoles.
Yeah, because I saw in the comments as what people were saying, they're like, oh no, she's got her conspiracy all wrong.
Well, and she's like, and the cop took the thing out of the fire pit. I'm like, there was no fire pit. What are you talking about?
They were swabbing the shoes.
JJ is highly or crazy,
But that's what another channel is telling them, and the other channel is also telling them. They actually said, don't listen to other YouTube channels.
What is? I don't get it. I don't get why people are so shady.
Because you know why? Because conspiracy sells to a lot of people.
Yes. And people are, when I worked in politics, I always said the electorate is brain dead. And this was a long time ago before it went left. So we are.
You know what I'd like to do one day? I would really like to just take something and just make like the most outrageous conspiracy, but act like it's like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what I saw here, right? Just see how many people, just do an experiment,
Oh yeah.
How many people are like, oh my gosh, did you see that? I never noticed that. Like, just, I just wonder.
See, but you can't do it because you have credibility.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, set up another channel and put like somebody there and just see how many, like, just come out with this outrageous thing and see if people believe it.
Yeah, because if you said something, I would take your word for it because I know who you are,
right?
And what you stand for. And
well, like you said, people love conspiracy theories. Look at all the flat, the earth is flat.
Yeah.
All this other crazy stuff.
JFK.
JFK.
JFK is the junior's really alive.
He's alive.
He's going to come and save everybody. I'm like,
okay,
and FYI, JFK
was alive.
JFK was a Democrat.
Elvis is. Remember how long Elvis was alive? Yeah, Elvis. Who else was alive? Did they say that was alive that day?
I could believe more that Elvis is alive. Like maybe he faked his death because he wanted to get rid of fame. But I mean, I really don't believe that. But more so than JFK is Junior's going to come back, be the right savior. It's like okay.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many like that, and sometimes I think it's like sometimes if they're like a big star, people can't handle it, so it's better to pretend that the person like is still there or something. I don't know, but then other times I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just so crazy, so crazy.
Kevin, you did a good job in there tonight.
Where?
Oh, that other place.
See, I don't go to any of those places that you guys talk about.
Me
you're
either.
talking about it. I have no idea what
Scooter
I'm like.
hangs out at the dramas.
And I'm
What'd you
like,
say?
Scooter hangs out at the dramas.
I do listen to some of it, sure.
Hi,
I never
Safari.
comment.
There's one
And I did tonight.
person
did?
that I follow that used to be in, I guess is kind of in, I don't know, but she's a wounded soul, and I'm cheering her on to that in her journey.
That's
so.
not like nice to talk about Brian Clan like that.
What?
She said there's one person she follows in the drama and that she's
Oh,
a wounded
what?
soul. And I said it's not
No.
nice to talk about Brian Clan like that.
Does she have a channel?
No.
Oh. Yeah, and so like with all this happening, I'm like, yeah, Scoots, I'm gonna start a channel. I
wanted you to. We all wanted you to.
Yeah. How come you didn't start your channel?
You have to do
and
it.
Scooter has to do her unboxing of her diamond paintings. That's getting ridiculous.
I know it is, isn't it?
I'm going to start bothering you every day with incessant texts until you do it.
Oh, because what, you got some new ones?
She's supposed to do a video and she won't do it.
Why not?
I don't know, because she's...
I just keep forgetting about it.
I like your videos.
Yeah, you
I'm
it's
so
not
glad
like
your
you don't
dad
make
got that
videos. I
car.
mean, you make
Good for
videos, so why
him.
not just do it?
Yes. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Caroline.
No, I'm saying, like, it's not like Scooter doesn't make videos, so why can't she just do it?
Well, because I don't make, content ones. I do family videos.
Okay.
So you're doing, this is a Jimmy
Yeah, you're overthinking it.
deck, what do they call those, the things that he got to put in?
The railings.
This is
and
a
by the
Jimmy
way-
deck railing moment, Scooter. This
By
is
the
a
way,
deck
I did
railing
not
issue.
text. By the way, sorry. By the way, I did not text Jimmy. I don't even have his number.
That's so weird. Jimmy said you did.
No, he must. Well, because I texted
You called
J-Bell.
him.
I
You called
texted
him.
J-Bell.
But okay,
And
so she must have said
talked to her.
she must have said to him, Scooter said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see what she thought.
Okay. No wonder she called me. She was probably filling me out about that. And then she must have thought, I can't put this on her because she's like, just had to talk her down from the edge.
No, because she said she had already talked to you and she didn't think that you had seen it
I hadn't.
because of the way you sounded.
Right. Yeah, but I think she probably didn't want to tell you, like she was like one foot.
And somebody
she had
else
one foot out the
yesterday-
door to the loony bin, so I wasn't going to like really throw her over the edge.
And somebody yesterday, just so you know, because she might be listening, I think she left already though. She's the one that told me first
Oh yeah.
yesterday. Yeah. And she wanted you to know. And I said, no, let's don't tell her. She'll see it on her own.
Yeah.
And then I went ahead and watched it where she told me. And then I told, J-Bell's face, see what she thought. So I don't know.
Anish called
So,
last
Carolyn,
night.
there was one more thing I wanted to say when I was talking about you and being a role model and creating this community, and that you're so positive that that's why people come for you. And so I just wanted to say, like, you have, there are light workers in the world, and I think offering light, and so people have like this light, and so they go towards it, and so. I had a profound thought to say, and now I'm messing it up. But anyway, you are offering light to people, especially like me. Like, I was literally telling my massage therapist about you, and then I was like, yeah, and our son's going to school soon, and blah blah blah, and because we were talking about the ickies and whatever,
Right.
and so, and then I go onto your live, and it's like, oh my gosh. But so people who stick their neck out there, people come for them, so thank you for being so brave and doing that. And I really appreciate it. So, okay,
Thanks.
that was
Okay.
just the other piece I wanted to say. So
Okay.
might be too woo-woo
All right,
out
I
there.
appreciate
but
it. Yeah, thanks, Lisa.
I think it's true. There's good people.
It is true. It is true.
Everybody has a light side, dark side, but there are some people who choose the dark side. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so those are like, oh, and they take pleasure in hurting people and destroying people. And like, I wouldn't have thought that before, but like, it's so clear because you're not hurting anyone, and you're actually helping people, and you're wanting to help people, and you're transparent, and you're a woman of integrity, and so there's no, there's no hidden agenda, you know. So, but yeah, so you have a lot of people who care
Thanks,
a lot about
Liz.
you and love you.
Yeah, Liz thinks you're right. And Nish says, "Can I talk to you alone?" No, Anish, maybe Alma. Did you ask Alma if she'll talk to you alone? And you sent me an
Alma.
email, but I don't know what you're going to do, Anish. You didn't talk yesterday. You just did this with your eyebrows, and it was like kind of a little bit scary.
He said he sent you an email.
I'll check, but I don't know, Anish. It's like you should really be able to talk. Maybe he could go to a breakout room with Foxy Bot. Check him out. That would be fun. Okay, Anish, you sent me an email under Kunai Sickened, but you didn't write anything in the email. Is that you?
So I saw somebody who's friends with 2 English people on Facebook who has the same avatar as Mr. Shannonite.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Mr. Shannonite?
I think it is.
I don't even know what his avatar looks like.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon face, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Has like big cheeks and stuff.
Hi, Tracy Walker.
Okay, let's see.
So have you gone to the allergist, Stu?
No. No. I think they're getting better now. You
Do
know?
they keep you up at night?
No, they don't. Nope.
Emily, I'm going to forward your email to Sharon, but Sharon is horrible at checking her email, way, way worse than me. So, if you see her, bug her that I sent it. And then, but she's really, really bad at checking her email. I'm just telling you. One time I sent her something like a really important thing and she didn't get it for months afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Way worse than me.
So Carolyn, are you gonna quarantine or are you gonna?
No, we don't have to. Luke has to quarantine. But I mean, I don't go anywhere. Like if I go out, I wear a mask, and I just really go to essential places. I don't really go.
You go to Dollar Tree.
You go to Dollar Tree. That's essential. Dollar Tree is considered an essential business because they have food
Because they have
products.
groceries, right?
Yes, they are considered an essential business. Yes, they are. Yep, they are. Okay.
I've only been in one Dollar Tree, and it was really gross.
Oh
And I
gosh,
don't think they had groceries.
Judy just scared me so bad. You know Judy with an I? It said, I just read, I have to say goodbye to the group. And I'm like, what? And she's writing all in caps. And it says, I have to say goodbye to the group, which I love being a part of so much. My husband says I'm in this group every 20 seconds and he can't stand it anymore. We argued and he told me to choose between him or the group. So I'm going to be offline for a couple of minutes while I pack his bags and call him a cab. I'll be right back. She scared the crap out of me.
I love it. Yay, Judy. Bravo. Bravo. I'm just kidding.
Hi, it's Bink.
It's
Priorities.
It's cute.
Men come and go. Rambler for life.
Oh, Judy.
That's cute.
When did you send this? Oh, you knew about this Slam Moran? How did Slam Moran know 13 hours ago about the... Did you tell... How'd she know?
I didn't say anything.
Maybe somebody said it in Slack because she gave me a list of all the drugs and stuff to take.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Somebody must have told her.
Yeah, I didn't put anything in.
It wasn't
Slack.
me. I wasn't doing that with her. No, not at all. Right, Scooter?
Nope.
After your track record last night, I don't know if you believe that. I just can't believe you because Jimmy's like, I really thought
I
you
want
were
to know who wrote
That was
that.
cute.
troubled with it.
It was funny.
Did you talk
Hi,
to
Jeanette.
Okay, so are we going to do some of this today? Let's see.
Yes, ma'am, if you're wanting to.
Yeah, let me pull him up. Peterson.
Jeanette, what are you saying? Where are they? Hi, Augie.
Prosecution. What is Jeanette want? Hi, Jeanette, what do you want? I can't see the chat, Jeanette.
She's writing a bunch of, oh my God, where are they?
Who? Jeanette?
Jeanette.
Yeah, I'm saying to Jeanette. Who, Jeanette?
Oh.
Oh, we're almost, Amber Fry's coming up. Pretty, not,
Oh,
I mean,
good.
Who's going to play Amber Fry?
not right away, but I mean,
Goose, you got to get your a wig on for that one.
let's see here.
You got a blonde wig.
Jeanette, Jennifer James, I know she's in Facebook.
Yeah, she doesn't get on the lives a lot because she's sleeping, but what
Yeah.
does she need?
She's a normal person, has to sleep to go to work.
Yeah.
She's very active in Facebook.
Very. Who's she looking for? Like, why is she looking for her?
I don't know. She was just saying, where is she? She must have just thought about her or something.
Do you need her for a specific thing, Jeanette?
Hi, Karma Justice.
Henry Dodge.
Good, you have a blonde wig.
Yeah, Tico too. She's looking for Tico. She's just wondering where they're at, I guess. Tico.
Manager of Three Monsters was in not too long ago. She said she had her
2 nights
job or
ago.
something that was like. And
She said what?
Remember Manager of Three Monsters came in?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and she had her job she had to go to bed early, and probably Tico is the same thing because remember Tico's working and in school and has 3 daughters.
Yes.
I'm friends with Tico on Instagram. Jeanette, maybe you should, try to look up on different social media and you'll see that they're around and stuff. Okay, let's see.
Right.
Good night, Leisha.
Good night.
Good night, Lisha.
I'll be in chat.
Okay.
Love
Okay.
you.
Love you
Leisha.
guys.
Love ya.
Bye.
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 How do I do this?
Okay, so I'm trying to see
There it
now.
is.
Where is my
Don't forget to hit the likes, guys.
Where is my guy?
I'm gonna go get to mine now.
Oh, here he is. Okay. Now, oh my gosh, this testimony is so long for this Puccini. Let's see where he is now.
Yeah.
Okay, we went to the fireplace.
I wonder how many days it took to do his.
Oh my gosh, the Lone Pine. We used to have a place around here called the Lone Pine. Just before he dumped it out. Okay, I'm almost there now. I have the poster boards. You mentioned that. Put it on the picnic table. The
Who's
mop.
still testifying?
Broccini.
Okay.
And she said clean the outside windows. Oh yeah, okay, so remember they said the rags, the housekeeper used them for the outside windows that were on, okay, and the fireplaces, he had them doing that. Stepfather asked for whipped cream, we got that. Did we stop at a recess or did we just stop?
Did Potter keep track?
Oh yeah, Potter. Well, I think Potter sent it to me. Hold on, let me see it. I'll know where we are. Sorry, Potter. Okay. Potter did, let me see, send me this thing. So it looks like we are at Judge, Mr. Guerra goes, let me interrupt. Let's take the morning recess. So she says, let's take the morning recess. Is that detective the next thing? Okay, so it's judge. There's like, and it says let's take. Let me see. Take the morning recess. So.
Quite a ways down, right?
Yeah,
It's got to be by now.
Yeah, she's saying a third of the page down or something.
But see, it's all just one long scroll for me, so.
I know.
Yeah.
I wish, oh yeah, I found it. Okay, it's right after where Garrigo says Amy Krigbaum is who you later learned that to be.
So we're still in his cross-examination or whatever.
Yeah.
Garrigo says.
I gotta go good. Just something quick to. I gotta cracker some.
Who's doing the cross-examination?
Garrigo's.
Garrigos.
Garrigos is? Okay.
What Potter? The first break. Yeah, I got it. I found it. They have to find it now.
Did they already talk about the where Scott got the boat from?
The boat.
Yeah, that he bought it from Bruce Peterson.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
That's about where I am, Nana Patty. I see Bruce Peterson being brought up.
Oh, the other Judy, she moved Jeanette, and so she doesn't get a lot of internet, and her schedule has changed. But she emails me and she watches. Judy
Are
from
we
that was in
on
Australia.
June 24th by chance?
Yep, June 24th.
And we're looking for the name Amy Krigbaum.
Yes. Potter says it's the first break on June 24th.
Oh, the first break. Okay.
Oh, she comes in quite often. Not that Judy. No, not that Judy. It was a Judy. It was just a plain like Judy, and she was from New Zealand or Australia. I always get it mixed up. And she lost her husband, unfortunately. Remember? And then she moved. Okay, so let me see.
I'm down to the one where it says they're just going to send everyone home. And then the next one is June the 24th, and then it starts off with Judge. Is it further down than that?
Yeah, it's on June 24th.
Okay.
I'm still looking for it for the first break. Okay, I'm getting to where I see the name Amy's mentioned. It's not where Garrigo says Amy Krigbaum is who you later learned that to be?
Yeah, that's where it is.
Okay.
Exactly there.
Okay.
Now Nan and Patty's got to find it.
Yeah. And there'll be quite a few sentences for the judge right there too, right after that. Because Brocchini says yes, or Broccini, whatever. And then the judge says quite a few seconds or sentences. And he says, we'll take the morning recess.
Well, it makes a difference.
What happened?
Can't hear Carolyn.
Can't hear you. Mm-mm.
That's because
Now we can.
Yeah, I would be on mute. That you got scared, Scooter. Like, what happened?
I know. Did you find it now? Oh, man, Patty's.
Well, I know why I put myself on mute because I was chewing.
Oh, okay.
I see where they're talking about a fishing license.
Yeah, it's still further down. I did see
Okay.
that. That caught my eye.
The Drama Dome. You're not familiar with the Lacey Peterson case, Scott Peterson case? In 2002, his pregnant wife went missing, and on Christmas Eve, and he was immediately pretty much a suspect. And then they found out he had a mistress, and he dyed his hair, and he was caught in his car, and then his wife's body and the baby's body washed up in March. And then he was had a trial. He maintained his innocence. He was found guilty. He was given the death penalty. He went to San Quentin. He appealed. He just got something for jury misconduct. They were going to redo the penalty phase with new evidence, and they're probably going to give him a new trial.
Oh, you think they will?
I think once that they're allowed to introduce new evidence, because how could you just have a penalty phase with new evidence? I don't. They'd have to give you. I don't know. It's my opinion.
I don't know.
So we're going through the trial, and we're learning new things because this trial wasn't televised. Drama Dome, only like little bits and pieces of it, and there were a lot of court drawings, and we didn't get to hear a lot of things. So we're studying.
Did they say when they're going to do that yet?
I think they have to make a decision by, somebody said like the end of December or something, or the.
What type of kombucha are you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking this, what is this called? Bubbly rosé.
Oh, is it good?
Yes. I love these bottles. These are on sale at ShopRite.
I do too.
They're so medicinal looking, aren't they?
I kept the one that I have.
I know. I keep them too. And then remember we cut the bottle with the one. Yeah, and I want to cut some more, but I want to make sure. I like them, and I made I decoupaged a vase out of one of them. I love them.
Yeah, they're just too nice to throw away.
And if you do use essential oils and stuff and you want to make a mix or something, the amber bottles keep the oils, doesn't have the sunlight on them. It's good for that. Okay.
And past the part where they're talking about a gun.
Yeah. Let's see. We are, I'll tell you where we are. Do you see where they say, what's the next thing? Where you called hospitals and Sharon?
I'll go wipe my glasses off. Oh, she's looking.
Scooter, that's not nice.
What?
Texting that Nana Patty's taking too long to find the place.
I didn't say
I am.
No, I didn't. I did not, Nana Patty.
I am. It's never taken me this long.
I wish they put numbers like on the side or something.
But I'm looking for the judge calling a recess, right?
It says, Mr. Garagos, let me interrupt. Let's take the morning recess. It's going to talk about Christmas lights next.
Talking about faxing a picture of Mackenzie.
Of Mackenzie.
We got that far yet? The dog.
I'm looking. Do you see anything about the cleaning woman, Margarita Nava? About the rags and the fireplace?
No.
Stepfather asking her for whipped cream?
I'm muted. They can't hear me, Rabbit. Keep calling on the house phone because it can't be traced. Okay, I gotta go. All right, you can just watch in the chat. I'll give you little signs. All right, bye.
Chris Van Sant. Or
Yeah.
Sheenie's talking about Chris Van Sant.
No. I think you're down too far, maybe?
Okay.
Are you like, well, I'm I'm on a computer though, so. It's like a third of the way down if you have that little thing on the side.
Okay. That's about where I am. I just may have gone too far.
You eating an apple?
No.
Oh.
It's just a hard candy that I.
Oh.
It's really hot. It's so hot. I thought it was pomegranate, but it's cinnamon and it's so hot. It feels like 20 of those red hot things or something.
Oh.
I'm seeing right now about permission to take the truck and permission to take the gun. Am I still too far ahead?
Potter said we're over there, but I don't remember saying about the thing shaking your head. No, it's like, let's see. Amy, you don't see anything about Amy, the neighbor across the street, the white truck?
And there's also, it'll say, and you made a list and I'm referring to your report. Looks like it's a 1225 report also. So look for the 1225. It's a little ways down from there.
Come on, Scooter.
If you guys want to go ahead, I'll just find you and catch
She's
up.
going
The
like
white
camp.
truck.
I can't
The
believe.
The white truck.
Well, you mentioned a white truck.
She's for real, Scooter. Come on.
I'm not saying anything.
She thinks you're doing this for drama. She says you can't really have not found your place yet. She thinks you're just.
Uh-huh. I love drama.
I know. That's what Scooter. She's like, she can't be serious. She has to have found her place.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see where it says, Detective? The next thing you talked about, I'm on page 18. You said Amy had mentioned the Christmas light thing to me. Is that what he said?
Look for what the judge says.
Yeah,
There's
find
like
the judge because
A
there's
bunch
like
of
two
long
judge
sentences.
things.
Yeah, it's a big, paragraph. The judge.
And it's got two judge like headings.
Yeah, two judge in a row.
The judge gets long-winded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like two, and then there's Broccini on the top and Garagos on the bottom.
Yeah.
I see where the judge says, no, it's not. I believe he testified he had permission to be in the truck.
I
And
don't
then,
remember saying that, so I think maybe you're down too far.
Yeah, I think you might be down too far. I'm afraid to move mine because then I'll lose it.
yeah. And then this is all argumentative. Nope.
I'm going down to see if I can even find out where you are.
Okay, and I'm going to stay right here. With looking up like this.
Did you say Chris Van Sant before?
Yeah.
Okay, you're down too far. You got to go up.
Okay. Okay, found it.
You found it? Okay, so you're going to start with the second judge when, okay, let the record.
Okay. Okay, let the record show the defendant is present with counsel. The jury is in the jury box along with the alternates. Go ahead, Mr. Garagos.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective, the next thing you talked about on page 18, you said that Amy had mentioned the Christmas light thing to me. Is that what he said?
Yes.
Okay, and you asked him to tell you about that again, correct?
Yes.
And he said, she said that our Christmas lights, icicle single ones were on just before I got home. I didn't realize they were on. I got home, but then she mentioned it. I looked across the street. They were on. They got plugged into an outlet. I didn't plug them in today. And that's when we returned from the park a couple of hours later. They were off, so I don't know. They appeared to be plugged in, still plugged in. They must have overheated or something. Is that pretty much how he described that incident with the Christmas lights?
That's what he said.
And now at some point, we have heard from Amy Krigbaum that you talked to Amy at some point.
Yes.
I told you also or confirmed the statement that she had noticed these Christmas lights had been on before Scott got home. Objection, hearsay. Prior consistent statement. She's already testified.
Overruled.
Her testimony hasn't been attacked. Has to be attacked in order to be a prior statement.
I'll permit it. Overruled.
She said that she noticed the Christmas lights were on. She can't say positively whether the truck was there or not. She thinks it wasn't there, but she wasn't sure.
Okay. You reviewed her testimony in the trial?
No.
Okay. Now then, he told you that he checked with her. He went to the left. No one was there. And what did you interpret that to mean?
That he left. He went to the left of his house. Or no, just went to a house on the left of Amy's, I think.
And there is a house on the left of Amy's, correct?
Yes.
He left a note at Karen's, and he said he checked to the right of Amy's, and correct? Is that what he said?
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay, and then you asked him, these Christmas lights, well, you got to plug them in yourself. And you said, and he answered, yeah, there is an outside outlet outside in the garage and or in the storage area, shed area. Maybe you noticed that area. You know what he was referring to?
Yes.
What was that?
The storage shed where he kept his lawnmower. I asked him where the lawnmowers are, and he said, yeah, or something similar to that.
Okay, is that, it's marked as 1M and 1 double?
Is that what you thought he was referring to?
These are, oh, that's you.
These are two different sheds. 1M is the shed under the patio where the Christmas lights get plugged in. 1AA is the shed on the south side of the house where the boat tarp was found under the leaking gas blower.
Let me take them one at a time. Of the first one, which is 1M.
Is this out of People's 3?
It's 1M. I think Exhibit 1, which then has a bunch of subparts. Now, the area is on where on the map, which is People's 12.
It's right here where it says shed. It's inside there.
Okay, that's 1M. I'm just going to put a 1M in there, okay?
Okay.
Now, the other one, so he directed your attention to the fact that a shed is where the Christmas lights were plugged in, correct? Isn't that what he was telling you there?
He told me they were below the storage shed. I kind of clarified with him. I said, you mean where your lawnmower and stuff was? And he said, yes.
1AA, where is that on the map?
Right there.
Now, and as we just marked it here, this is right outside the dining room doors, right around the corner, correct?
Yes.
This is a little side area, kind of adjacent to the back of the fireplace when you're outside.
Yes.
And that would be also like right next to Karen Service's house.
Yes, but next to her fence that divides the two houses.
Right. And now at that point, you talked about, let's see, you said, so is there a plug and just plug it in and those lights came on, or that would be a picture that jury number 9 is looking at right now, the 1M picture, not the 1, correct?
Yes.
This is not the occasion, but he was pointing out the Christmas lights were plugged in right here where my finger is pointed.
Yes.
And that's the picture that the jury is currently looking at.
Okay.
Mr. Garagos, the group of People's 1B was identified. The rest of these, when you are identifying them now, do you have any objection if these are shown to the jury?
I think the court reporter made a mistake, so I think she was supposed to say, the judge was supposed to say DeStasso, but she put the wrong name. So I don't. I thought the photographs we are looking at right here was different.
A People's 1 book of photographs. These already published, one of them.
I don't have any problem with them being published.
Okay. Well, the photographs that are in that book, how many photographs total are in that book?
The problem is, Your Honor, can we just take a time out here because the photograph was not from the book of number 1 photographs.
I'm getting a little confused about that. Where is that from?
I think they're from, I think it's from 69, the one that I used yesterday.
Those are all in evidence?
Those are all in evidence at the present time. Let me see. That was marked 69K, and then I think this. That's you, Scooter.
Oh, I got sidetracked. I got a notice.
Oh.
I just. Sorry. I just want to thank FoxyBot for subscribing to my channel. I feel honored.
Oh, FoxyBot. Oh, she probably got mad at me for saying she was.
I unsubscribed from. She unsubscribed from you.
And subscribed to you. I know. So I'll show that, Carolyn. I'll just put that in there right now.
Okay.
We love you, Foxy.
Yes, we do. Probably a prelim.
Okay, probably a prelim. Is it okay? Now I lost my place because you took.
DeStasso.
Okay, let's see.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I don't even know where we are.
It's the same photo.
Oh, wait, okay. Hold on a second. Judge, what's the other? Okay. Just I'm not sure. It's the same photo as 69K, just so we're clear on the record.
All right. But it's also 1M now. So 1M then is admitted in evidence. Take the same.
Same with the 1 AA.
What's the other number?
That one there is up on the screen. It's 1 AA, the one that's being passed around.
1 AA2.
And now then the next question is, so there is this plug, you just plug it in, those lights come on, and he answers, uh-huh. And then you said they were on when you were talking to Amy, and he said right, and you said a couple of hours later they were off, and he said yeah, correct?
Yes.
And then you asked, but they are still plugged in, and he says, Scott says, yeah, well, I didn't go out and try the plug, so, okay, but I don't see, Scott says, but I don't see that why they would have been, but maybe it got, hit by the cat or something like that. I don't know. I didn't check. Is that correct?
No. Yes and no.
Isn't that what he told you?
I asked him a question, but they are still plugged in.
But they are still plugged in. He says, well, I didn't go out and try the plug.
That's right.
Okay. And then he tells you that Karen's, you asked him, why did you leave the note? Who did you leave the note with? The note that he referred to a minute ago, that he left a note with Karen, correct?
Yes.
And he said, Karen's service, if you're looking at her house, and she's immediately to the left, so you understand that to mean if you're standing in Covina, Karen's service's house is over to the left, correct?
Yes.
And she's the one that was telling you about the dog that come running up to her with the leash, correct?
Yes.
And you asked him, you left a note at her place, and he replies, uh-huh.
Yes.
And you asked him, you left a note, now you started asking him about the only unusual things were you said, was there anything out of the unusual, out of the normal at your house, right?
Yes.
And he said the only unusual things were a leash and the door being unlocked. And then you asked him the front door to the French doors, and he said, yeah, what I'm going to call the back door, so that you were referring to there is the French doors, or the door, the other side of the door, the other side door.
The French doors.
So when you guys are calling what you call the French door, he says, well, I'm going to call the back door.
That's right.
Okay, and now when you said, well, then you said, well, we're in your room and we're talking about your closet. It looks like a couple of duffel bags down. Is that normal? And he said, yeah, correct?
Yes.
You said, did you get something out of the duffel bag that was on the ground, a raincoat or something? And he says, you out of the blue bag? Uh-huh. And then you say, uh-huh. He says, the Nike bag, I took my tennis shoes out of there. You said the ones you wore? He says, no, the white ones that were on top, they were on top of the wet bar. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and now you said that when you looked, you didn't see the white tennis shoes. Is that correct?
That's what I said.
Okay, I'm going to show you 1K. They appear to be the wet bar outside.
That does. That's not the wet bar. I looked at it.
Okay, appeared to be the white tennis shoes.
I see a white tennis shoe.
I'm going to publish this if I can, 1K, and then I'm going to go put this.
Going to move that into evidence.
Yeah.
1K moved into evidence. Take the same number.
Appear to be the tip of a white tennis shoe.
Yes.
Okay, you didn't look at the wet bar, so when you put down in your report that you didn't see the white tennis shoe, you were looking at the wrong location. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, is this the first time that you noticed the white tennis shoe since you've been affiliated with the case?
No.
Did you write a supplemental report noting that there was a white tennis shoe that was on a wet bar anywhere?
No.
And now then you asked about the gun. I think it's the fourth entry down, page 20.
Yes.
How about the gun? How long has it been in your car? That's what you asked him?
Yes.
And he says, probably a month. I took it to the Lone Pine to shoot pheasants. Took it with me. You answered, is that your gun? And he says, uh-huh. It's obviously seen better days. But you answered, yeah, looks like it. Correct?
Yes.
I don't think I tried to shoot it once at Lone Pine, but I tried to shoot it once at Lone Pine, but it didn't go off. So it's, and then you asked him, I mean, have you had it a long time, correct?
Yes.
He says, yeah, I think I got it. Well, it may be registered to me, but it's maybe registered to my father, actually. I gotten that before I was 18. I don't know. It's a llama. He is a buyer on it.
Correct.
Did you check the gun? Did you check the registration on it or the buyer on it?
Did I run a serial number on the gun?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
And what did you come up with?
I think it was registered to his father.
Okay, and now you said that it's been in your glove box about a month, correct? And Scott says, I think so. Probably have to check the date on when I went to the Lone Pine.
Yes.
And you said the Lone Pine, and he says, uh-huh. And you say, okay, so then it's out at Bishop, right? Correct?
Yes.
And you say, right, well, you went up there pheasant hunting. Obviously, you don't use that to shoot pheasants. And he says, no. And you said, have you fired that recently? And my pistol, he says. And you say, yeah, correct?
Yes.
And now at that point, when you're interviewing him, you have already taken the gun, correct?
Yes.
And you have the gun on you or in your jacket.
Yes.
And you took that without his knowledge, correct?
Yes.
And you didn't ask him about it, nor did you tell him tell him about it, correct?
Did I ask him if I could take it, or did I tell him that I did take it? No.
Right, you just took it.
I took it.
Okay.
I asked permission to be in his truck. But yes, I just took it without him knowing it.
Okay, you wrote a report later that said I took the gun subject to the violation and Scott's consent. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You didn't have his consent when you took it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I had his consent to search the truck.
You had consent.
You are both talking at once.
Objection. I was trying to object. Objection. It's non-responsive. It is not.
No, it's not. I believe he testified he had permission to be in the truck. And then when he was searching the truck, he took the gun without your client's permission. I think that's his testimony.
Without his knowledge.
Without his knowledge, all right, you had permission to be in the truck. You didn't have permission to take the gun.
You didn't have permission to fake it, right? I mean, specifically, you didn't have his consent. You didn't say, I'm going to take this. You didn't have a search warrant. You just took it, right?
I legally took it. That's right.
What do you mean you legally took it?
I had consent to be in the truck.
Consent to be in the truck doesn't give you consent to take the property.
This is all argumentative. We want to know what he did. He had consent to go in the cab of the truck. He saw the weapon. He took it without the consent of your client. That's what happened.
Right, and that would be a motion to strike the I legally took it. Objection, Your Honor.
There is an issue whether it was legally taken or not.
There is no issue of that. Of course there is.
I think there may be. I'm going to strike that legally taken.
Thank you. And now, you then asked him, I'm on the top of page 21. You go to the Lone Pine with anybody? And Scott says, yeah, my father. You said your dad lives down in San Luis Obispo? And he said San Diego, right?
Yes.
Do you know how many it was loaded with, correct?
Yes.
He says, I don't know. I think it holds 8.
Yes.
You said the towels that were in the washing machine, we are talking about those again, right? The same towels that I showed to the jury earlier in the morning.
Yes.
And you said you don't know how they were, if they were, what they were used on, right?
Yes.
And he told you, no, I assume that Margarita used them on Monday, but I don't know what surface or anything like that. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he told you, no, I assume that Margarita used them Monday, but I don't know what surface or anything like that again. Did we just do that again? No. Did we?
No.
Okay, like that.
Where you're at, that's as we discussed already. That's subsequent to
as we
that.
discussed already. Subsequent to that, within a couple of times, you talked to Margarita. She told you on the fireplace screen and outside the windows and the windowsills, correct?
Yes.
You asked her how often she came over. He says it's something like once every 2 weeks, correct? And then he said this is her third time for us.
Yes.
Do you think she was there Monday? Is that that's what you asked him?
Yes.
And he says, yeah, I know she was, correct?
Yes.
You said, have you guys haven't had any problems, marriage problems? And he says, no.
Yes.
You say everything is good, and he says, uh-huh. And then somebody puts in affirmative, right?
Yes.
On the transcript, at least.
Yes.
And then you talk about how long he's been married. He tells you that, right?
Yes.
And now then there's a discussion of how's Lacey. You asked him on the bottom of page 21, has Lacey ever complained to you about somebody bothering her? Is that correct?
Yes.
You say, no, like I said, I don't think they'd come up to her and accosted her in any way. She has times that she felt uncomfortable, and thankful she has the dog. We've called, the police a couple of times and people down there just to get them to move on. It's not uncommon for Lacey or myself, to wake one of these guys or ladies up and tell them to get lost. Is that correct?
That's what he said.
Then you said the dog. Is it, she's glad to have the dog, but the dog, I got 2 dogs. He says it's very protective of her. Is that correct?
That's what he said.
Okay, and now that's next, or the following morning, if I got it right, towards the end of the interview. It's getting close to 1 a.m. at this point, right?
Yes.
The interview starts at midnight and roughly goes to a couple of minutes after 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
You go down at some point down to the park in East La Loma Park on the 25th.
Yes.
The park area, you do a briefing at some point at the park. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you know who was present for the briefing?
I think I was briefed by Sergeant Betha. I'm not sure. Had a couple of briefings. Not sure which one you're talking about.
There was one that you had a briefing with, Doug Mansfield from the DOJ.
I do, but he wasn't in the park.
Well, where did you brief him?
I don't think I briefed him. I may have been there and saw him, but I think he was briefed by Bueller and Grogan.
Okay, you received information that somebody by the name of Victoria Pouches was walking on 1224 and saw a large yellowish dog running loose in the park north of the Covina dead end with the dog and a collar and a leash attached, and no one attempting to control the animal. Is that correct?
I received that information?
Did somebody tell you that information on the 25th?
Can I see what you're looking at?
Sure.
I don't recall somebody saying this to me or not.
You what?
I don't recall.
Did you have any information that on the 25th, 2 witnesses had come forward and said they saw Lacey walking in the park? Did you have that information on the 25th?
I have no information. Anybody came forward and said that they saw Lacey walk in the park.
So any briefing that Mansfield was present in which you discussed the 2 witnesses had seen Lacey walking the day before, or information that the dog was seen barking like crazy, you didn't have that information. Is that a fair statement?
It's a fair statement. I never had any information that Lacey was seen walking in the park. I remember hearing information about a dog being seen in the park with a leash on. I don't know when I heard that information.
Okay. Was that, would that have been a lot later than 25th or Christmas Day?
No, I wouldn't say it would be a lot later, but I just don't know. it's not something I followed up on, that I knew about, that I could testify with about.
Who would have followed up on that dog being seen in the park with a leash and nobody returned? The dog was barking like crazy. Who would have been assigned to that?
That probably would have been one of the 40 or 50 officers that were working in the park.
Who was in charge of that, though?
On the 25th?
Yeah.
Do you want to know? I mean, I can't say for sure. There's so many people working and so many things going on.
On the 25th? Oh, excuse me. Who was the lead detective on the 25th?
On the 25th?
Yeah.
Craig Grogan.
Okay, well, you wrote a report. You had interviewed or spoken with Michael Thomas on 520 convener. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And you also spoke to a Van Sant. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And Van Sant told you that it was Chris Van Sant. That it was a Chris Van Sant. Possibly seen Lacey walking a golden retriever in Dry Creek Park on about 9:40 a.m. on December 24th. Is that correct? Objection, hearsay.
No, this goes to the reasonableness of whatever he did as a result of this information he received.
Yes.
Okay.
And it also goes to prior inconsistent statement. Well,
I'm not sure about that.
That would, then I would just ask for an instruction to the jury so that this is not offered for truth, only the officer's conduct.
This is just to explain the officer's conduct, what he did or did not do with this information.
Do you want me to answer now?
Yes, you did, Ann. You did interview Chris Van Sant?
I did.
When did you interview Chris Van Sant?
On the 25th at 9:40 in the morning.
What time?
9:40 in the morning.
That's what I was just asking you about, whether you had gone down to the park Christmas morning, okay? Correct? And then we were just talking about, you said in that interview that finished at 1 that you had gone down to the park that morning, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and did you interview someone in the park who said that they had possibly seen Lacey walking a golden retriever in Dry Creek Park about 9:40 on the 24th?
No.
That's what your report says.
My report says I received a phone call from Chris Van Sant, and I remember getting it. His phone number was given. Scott told me about Chris Van Sant, and Van Sant wanted to report that he had seen a pregnant lady walking in the park on the 24th. I interviewed him. He said he didn't know if this was Lacey. He just wanted to let me know he saw a pregnant lady walking in the park.
At 9:40 on December 24th with a golden retriever, is that correct?
No, at 9:40 in the morning, I spoke to Chris Van Sant.
Look, on the 25th, do you have a Bates number stamped 976 written on the...
I have that report here.
That is your report, 976 in handwriting.
That's my report.
Will you read this to yourself right now?
Okay, I read it.
Okay, now does that refresh your recollection as to what Chris Van Sant said?
No, he didn't.
Read what it says.
Wait a minute, Mr. Garagos. Let him finish his answer, finish your answer, and then explain what you are trying to say.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I received information on December 24th at 9:40 from Scott Peterson that a guy named Chris Van Sant had told somebody in his family that maybe he saw Lacey walking in the park. I got a call on Christmas Day. I finally got a hold of Chris Van Sant. I interviewed him. He said he wanted to report that he saw a pregnant woman. He told me what bridge she was walking over. He told me what path she was on. Being in the park, he said, I didn't see her face. I don't know if it was Lacey, but I saw it. So for that, we sent a search team over there. We sent search dogs over there. We did everything we could to verify what he said.
Can I have the court reporter read the very first sentence of that answer?
Sure.
The court reporter reads.
Record read by the reporter.
Okay. That's all. On December 24th at 9:40, when you received that information?
That's correct.
December 24th at 9:40.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe let me look here.
December 24th at 9:40, it's your position that Scott Peterson was still at his home and that the thing hadn't been reported.
You're right.
Let me just ask the questions.
Ask the question. Go ahead.
You wrote down in your report, I received information that a subject identified as Chris Van Sant had possibly seen Lacey Peterson with walking a golden retriever in Dry Creek Park around 9:40 on December 24th.
That's correct.
Okay, that's what you received, right?
That's what I received.
Okay, you didn't receive that on December 24th at 9:40, correct?
No,
You didn't get that on Christmas morning at 9:40, correct?
I got it on Christmas morning.
Right, I spoke to him on Christmas Day, Chris Van
No,
Sant.
wait, that's my.
Oh, sorry.
No, I said. I spoke to him on Christmas Day.
Now, Chris Van Sant told you it was 9:40 on December 24th, correct?
That's correct.
Now, did you go out and interview Chris Van Sant in person?
No,
So you got this information the following day, and this guy says it could be Lacey that he sees walking around the park, correct?
yes,
And your response was to call him, correct?
yes.
Did he say that he knew Lacey?
No, he didn't know Lacey.
I didn't know Lacey. Did you fax him a picture of Lacey?
I did not fax him a picture of Lacey.
You interviewed excuse me. I did not. Did you fax him a picture of Mackenzie?
No, I didn't fax him a picture of Mackenzie.
Did you ever take a picture of him? Did you ever take him over a picture of Mackenzie?
No,
Did you ever take him over a picture of Lacey?
he said he didn't see her face.
What about the dog? He saw the dog, didn't he?
He saw,
Oh boy, let's see. Pregnant female walking a golden retriever. Did you ask him specifically? What did the golden retriever look like?
no,
Did you ask him to show you a picture of Mackenzie? Mackenzie's a pretty distinctive dog, isn't that correct?
yes, looks like a golden retriever.
Okay, got some colorings on him that are pretty distinctive, and right, doesn't he?
Yes,
And in fact, your remarks about how he looked like you reported like an old boy in your interview with Scott, isn't that correct?
yes,
Okay, wouldn't that have been prudent thing to do when you got 40 or 50 officers out there looking in the park to have actually driven to the guy's house and shown him a picture of Lacey, shown him a picture of Mackenzie, and say, "Hey, is that the dog? So can you eliminate that lead?" This
No.
guy? Okay. No. Okay, now.
the prudent thing would be to go to the park and look and search.
There's an objection, non-responsive to the question.
We have to finish your answer. The answer is no. You can
Peanut.
cross-examine him on it.
Prudent thing to do is, as soon as we got the information, Peanut, stop it. Sorry, just a minute. Peanut, quit it.
You can tell a lot about a person's true character by how nice they are to the dogs. Stop it, Peanut, before I send you sailing across the room. Okay.
Prudent thing to do is, as soon as we got the information, we went there, we did a search of that area, a thorough search. We contacted people. Well, weren't that people filling the space in the curb. We searched the bushes. We went to the area, he said he couldn't ID her. He said he couldn't tell us if it was Lacey or not. He saw a pregnant lady walking with a golden retriever. So going to where he was and showing him a picture that would not have been prudent at that time.
Would it have been prudent to take him down to the park exactly where he saw? You didn't take him down to the park, did you?
He lived in Monterey. He was at home. I didn't ask him to come back to the park because he was distinct where he told me there was only a bridge.
Did you ask him? I'm sorry. Were you finished?
There is a bridge where he said she was. He was riding his bike by her. It wasn't like he was walking on. He advised he was on the bike path. He passed a pregnant woman that had just finished walking over the second bridge. He was very familiar with the park. So I didn't need to take him to the park and have him show me.
You didn't need to. Did you need to? You didn't need to show him a picture? You just assumed you knew where he was talking about over the phone, and then you just deployed 40 or 50 officers to search based upon this? I didn't think that it might have been prudent to have somebody come up here from Monterey to show you exactly where they saw her. Argumentative. That's a fair statement. Objection.
I think it's been asked and answered.
Now, did you know that there was a Victoria pouches you saw? You're not sure if you know if she had a dog barking like crazy with the leash on it. Objection. Been asked and answered.
I think it's leading to some other subjects overruled.
Right. Did you see if there was a possibility that the two of the things were connected, and maybe you want to establish where exactly in the park this was?
I think that I have established that. We do a thorough grid search with officers.
Non-responsive.
I think he's trying to answer the question.
Okay. Okay. He was talking about a grid search. I was not trying to ask if he was trying to establish where it was with these two people, where they were.
I think he is trying to answer that.
He's talking about searching. I'm trying to find out if he tried to establish where these people saw her.
Did you establish where the people saw her?
I did establish where Mr. Van Sant said he saw a pregnant woman walking. I didn't know whether the person he's talking about, I never spoke to her, but we did a thorough search of the whole trail, everywhere on the trail and off the trail.
Now, you had then asked back on page 22, you said, Scott said, if I'm in the yard, a guy comes up to me, the dog is fine. You say, yeah, but in the past, when someone approaches her in our yard, at least that he's very protective of her. Is that what he told you?
Yes.
That's what you say. He looks like he's been around the block, been around a while. And Scott says, yeah, he's an old boy, right?
Yes.
And then you talk about, you asked if he's yours, and Scott says, yeah, she got hers by marriage. He says, yeah, like a month after meeting each other, right?
Yes.
And you understood the dog's name to be on page 23 to be Mackenzie, correct?
I asked him what the dog's name was. He told me Mackenzie.
Okay, and then you went through the phone numbers, and you were with him to get various phone numbers on his cell phone and who they applied to, correct?
Yes.
Now he identified various phone people like Guy, Millie G, correct?
Yes.
Told you the ones that he thought were his parents, correct?
Yes.
Said he tried to call his brother over in San Diego, correct?
Yes.
And then top of page 24, he tells you Greg Reed. He says, Greg Reed, right?
Yes.
And he says, that's a friend of ours, right?
Yes.
And he says, Greg Reed owns the house. And you look out at our house to the right, that's his grandmother's house, and that would be the one that's vacant, right?
Yes.
So he pointed out that the Reed home right next to the right was a vacant, but Greg Reed was a close friend. And then he says, yeah, Greg Reed owns the house. Look at that house to the right. That's his grandmother's house. He owns that. He came over and he opened it up for the officers. He lives a bit away from us, right?
Yes.
And that's what, in fact, happened as far as you know. Greg Reed, and he did call Greg Reed. Greg Reed came over and opened up the house for the officers, correct?
I don't know that I know Greg Reed came over. I don't know if Scott called him or if one of our officers went and knocked on his door.
Well, you know then that Scott called him because you said the number from the previous page. And you were talking to him about a 480.
I know I called him. I don't know if Scott called him to come over and open the door. That's what I said.
Scott, what do we know? Is Scott called him, right?
Can I look at my report again?
Check your report.
What page are you looking at, officer?
I'm looking at Bates stamp 968. Looks like Scott called Greg Reed. Greg Reed called Scott.
Greg Reed came over. Greg Reed opened the house.
I know Greg Reed came over and opened the house. He came over.
Do you have any information that any officer called Greg Reed?
I don't know who called Greg Reed to come over and open the house. I'm sorry.
Scott told you, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
He said there's a Greg Reed. He shows the phone number. He owns the house. That's his grandmother's house. Come over here and opened it for the officers, correct?
That's what he said.
He told you he identified Renee Tomlinson's number, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then Brian, is it Miligi?
Brian? That Brian is somebody else. Ulrich or Argan. I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
On page 25, you started asking him again, and the fact that you said, I'm curious. Maggie was there, Maggie and Marguerite. She was there on Monday, and he says, and obviously she did a lot of work because the house wasn't filthy. Why was your wife mopping on Monday, and why was your wife mopping on Tuesday morning? And he says, I don't know. Got me. I mean, she's pretty fastidious about it. Though you said, was she? He said, with the dog and the cats today, rather, yes. And yeah, she always had the vacuum or the mop out. Is that correct?
That's what he said.
Okay, and then you asked him, you haven't fired any guns today, correct?
Yes.
And he says, it's been a month since the trip to the Lawn Pine, right?
Yes.
And you said, would you be willing to, you showered today? You said, right. He said, You said, were you at the Lone Pine? And you said you tried to fire that handgun once, right?
Yes.
He told you that when you asked what happens, it just clicked. And he ejected the rounds. The second one clicked, right?
Yes. Said, that's what he said. Yes.
And then you asked him, would you be willing to take a gunshot residue on your hands, right? That's top of page 26.
Yes.
Sure, no problem. Will outboard exhaust show up as gunshot residue, or would it be different? You said, what exhaust? And he said, yeah, from the outboard. Assume that he's referring to the outboard on his motor, right? On his boat.
Yes.
Okay. And you said, well, you showered after, you said, so I'm not thinking that's your routine. But no, I wouldn't. You are referring to the outboard exhaust would not show up as gunshot residue, correct?
Yes.
And then you start in the video spelling his name, correct? What happened? Where am
Peterson. You spell Pete. You're supposed to.
Wait, correct. Peterson. Peterson. That's what it says in the transcript.
Yes.
That's because you're writing down on something, and I assume there's an evidence envelope. His name, correct?
Yes.
And then you say Scott, and then there is some big long pause, and you're putting on what appears to be gloves, like this, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Why are you doing that?
Do you want to describe what, like this?
Latex glove, yellow in color. Is that correct?
They come in the pack for the shotgun residue. When you open it up, there's a pair of gloves there. You put them on so that you don't contaminate the little sticky pad that they're using to do the test.
Okay, and you spent you broke open the package for the gunshot residue test. There's a little containers there. Is that correct?
Yes.
And look almost like vials?
Yes.
Okay. And what do? Is you take one for each hand. You do one container.
No, there is 2 for each hand.
There is 2 for each hand. Okay. I think I fell asleep for a minute again. Oh my gosh, that was scary.
Do you want to stop? You want to
Well, let's see if we get to, or let's see how close we are to the next recess. Because that woke me up. I feel like I'm driving the car and I'm like, okay, no, I'm awake, I'm alert. I feel like that's what it was like. I'm okay. Okay, so how far to the next recess? Judge, I would like to stipulate. Judge, all right. Let's just get to some place where we can see. Let's go to the where it says substitute copy tape played. So then we'll know where we are. Okay, so where were we? And you take, I said, and what you do is take one for each hand. You do one container, correct?
No, there's 2 for each hand.
Okay, well, you take that and you take the top of it, and it's like a little sponge-like area, and you have a person hold out their hand, and then you dab around the various areas of the hand. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you do that because the theory is if a gun has been fired, that the gunshot residue is going to remain on the hand for a period of time, correct?
Yes.
And you did that for both hands, is that correct?
Yes.
And when you were done, and when you did that after putting the gloves on, right?
Yes.
And you were very careful to make sure that you didn't get any contaminant. Isn't that correct?
I did the best I could, I think, at the time.
And then you take those little containers that are dabbed and you put them in a vial of some kind, correct?
Yes.
And then you seal them up to be tested?
You seal them up and put them in evidence.
And you did that in this case.
Yeah, I did.
And where did you do that? What did you do with them? Where did you put them? You sealed them up? You book them in evidence?
Yes.
Okay. The next thing you did is you said there was a lot of time on the tape where you actually were doing that, correct?
Yes.
I think you even put in there a long pause, as somebody wrote on the transcript, long pause, so that what you are telling me, Scott, is that no, you have no idea where Lacey is. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he says, no, none.
Right.
And you say, okay, I only have a couple of concerns. One is the phone call that you made, but if you listen to that call, it's made at 12:17. Let's see if we can play that. Wow.
What do I have? Oh, sorry.
What do I have to do? Camera off. While he's getting that queued up, somebody did some investigating and went to confirm whether or not Scott was at the Lone Pine the month before. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you know what these two docs are that I'm showing you?
I recognize them.
And what are they? For the record, let me mark them defendants AA.
No, double B.
Double B. These receipts from the Lone Pine, I'm going to staple these 2 pages.
All right.
Now, the first, am I going to screw it up? First thing I showed you was the Best Western receipt. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and this shows that in November, it's a room that looks like 2 nights Amex card. Is that right?
Yes.
And this is for a Best Western in Lone Pine, California. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then the second page of this document, I assume somebody obtained from Best Western.
Yes.
It looks to be like a charge card used by Lee Peterson from San Diego, creating to pay for this stay. Is that correct?
Yes.
Judge, I would like to stipulate I pulled these out of the main book that Marilyn can make a copy. The copy could be plates for this, so we could replace the... We need to have them back in our binders.
You are agreeable to that?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Substitute a copy, and that's where we're going to stop. Okay. Well.
I'm trying to save it on here too somehow, but it doesn't save on my tablet.
So we're at tape. Potter, we're at tape. Yeah, I hope you're following along, Potter. Substitute a copy, tape played.
Substitute a copy, tape play.
Hope Potter didn't disappoint us. I hope she's been following along.
I
just took a screenshot.
Oh, that's good. What,
I
Carolyn?
wonder how many days he testified.
Oh my
Scooter,
gosh, it's been.
Oh, what?
you could take a screenshot of it also.
Yeah, but on my tablet, it's hard to do. Did you take one?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do it. But I don't think that'll help me.
It would only help you if you were doing it way in, like if you had a little bit before we started doing it.
What, a little
Yeah.
bit of whiskey?
Little,
He's your
little
brother?
extra time.
Oh, Kevin.
Little extra time.
Nightbot is Kevin's brother, I think.
Really?
That's what somebody said.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
we're finding out a lot.
What are you getting him for Christmas, though? I hope you're getting him something nice. Oh, don't let Nightbot freak you out, Ashley. Nightbot's been very trained. Kevin, my dog is a scavenger. Sarah Lou says, what time is it? It's only 4. Why am I so sleepy? Because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Why not? I don't know why. I just woke up. I only got like 3 hours.
I was wondering why you kept losing your place.
I think
So
I
you were
fell
real-
asleep one time. Like it was like, what, Scooter? Yeah,
you-
I'm up. I'm up.
You better get to bed.
I am going to go to bed now. Yeah, I am. But
Listen to
okay,
your mother.
I know. The family secrets are coming out. Okay. And they thought we just met accidentally.
And Anna Patty's your aunt because she's my sister.
I know. And Kevin Leonard has his brother there, Nightbot, who they thought just came in too. It runs deep in here. You guys didn't know all this stuff. Did you think like everybody just met just coincidentally on the internet? Come on, you're better than that, guys. It's all fixed. It's all fake. It's all fake.
Right.
YouTube is fake, not real life. Okay. We made it seem like real life, didn't we? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So everybody in the chat, you got ice
I
cream.
did
Whisper
take
me.
a screenshot, so
Oh, good.
we'll see if it
Thanks
helps.
to the moderators. Thanks to you guys. Prayers for all that need them. We'll see you tomorrow. And then we've all got to do our goodbyes now. Everybody's going to remember our ending.
Love
Okay.
you all. Love
Love
everyone
you all.
in chat.
God
Have a
bless.
great
Bye.
night.
Goodbye.
Bye, Carolyn. Love you.
Bye. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Tired. Let's see. I know I am on. I know I am still on.